There is a lot of NBA teams, coaches, GMs, and players, and they all have different Christmas wishes. And Jimmy Butler simply just wants to be traded the hell out of Miami for Christmas. Jimmy Butler has officially requested a trade, and he prefers to be gone by the trade deadline. The six-time All-Star, Jimmy Butler, uh, is open to win now situations, including the Suns, the Warriors, and there's some other teams as well. And the Heat are open to listening to Jimmy Butler trade offers. So we have spoke on this, fellas, but now this seems a little more tangible now that Jimmy Butler has came out and actually requested the trade. So I need to hear you guys' thoughts and feelings, and let me know whether you guys think this is just smoke and mirrors and Jimmy will just stay in Miami.
Well, did he request a trade, Ron, or did he say he would prefer to be traded before the deadline?
Prefer, but
I do understand that, sure. And it does make sense because, I mean, why are we wasting time with this? If you know you're not going to pay him, because that was what this was really about. I don't think Pat Riley can see paying Jimmy Butler $58 million at 37, 38 years old. He can't see him giving him an extension and paying him that amount, considering what Jimmy Butler's injury history has been, not only what his injury history has been, what they've already gotten from him. You know, they got Jimmy in 2019. He was 29. Over the last 5 years, we've gotten an all-league defender. We've been to the NBA championship twice. We've been to the Eastern Conference championship 3 times. So and he's 36 years old, 35 years old. So they've probably gotten everything that they're going to get out of Jimmy Butler. So I 100% understand why Riley isn't interested in paying him that extension. So to Jimmy's point, if we're not gonna extend, we don't need to wait until February to drag this thing out. But also, I'm not interested in getting shipped to Brooklyn or to any rebuilding situation. I feel like I've done enough. And don't get me wrong, you know, in the NBA, this is a business, so I don't have to do anything for you. I don't. There's nothing that I have to do for you to accommodate you. This has to work. This doesn't just have to work for you. This has to work for me too. But I do understand Jimmy wanting to be out of there at this point and not having to wait and in a better situation. I definitely understand that.
Mars.
I would.
Go ahead, Swiper.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I've been taking care of some people that are not feeling so great, so you can imagine. But no, I think
keep your cooties right over there.
No, it's not me. It's not me. Trust me, I'm fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I think it's gonna be interesting to hear where Jimmy lands. There's some interesting conversation about Jimmy going behind the scenes, but yeah, I think he'll make a difference if he ends up going somewhere in the Western Conference, if it happens, for sure. I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy has the potential to be a top 10 player in every playoff run that he's in, just because of his shot making. So, and his defense. Mars, he's still a top 10 wing defender, right?
Still
when locked in. Come playoff time, is he a top 10 wing defender?
Let's say threes, maybe not fours included. I don't know who you would think is a better defender.
Well, he's practically a full-time forward at this point, but he's around there. I don't have a list. It feels like I would have Jimmy Butler in the top 10 though. Off the top of my head, it feels like it. Yeah.
Chill, you agree?
If I'm thinking about, because what is buckets actually? Because he came into the league at the 2, and a long time there was a conversation at 2 guard between him and Klay Thompson. Then he moved to the 3, and then he was one of the better small forwards defenders in the game. But now we're in a space where, and Mars is telling me that he primarily plays the 4 because Bam plays the 5. I thought that Jaime Jaquez was gonna. I thought that Jaime Jaquez, not Jaime Jaquez. Who did I have at the 4? But it is Jimmy Butler. But if I think about the defenders at the small forward spot, let's see, Jason Tatum. I'm just thinking about defenders. I ain't thinking about
Boris with Tatum.
Jimmy Butler's a 4 the same way Jason Tatum's a 4.
I was just about to say that. Right. I was just about to say that both him and Buckets are playing the 4 because that's what the game is today. So at the 4 spot, I mean, I wouldn't put him in the same category with like Sabonis or Mobley. Is he a better defender than John? Is he a better defender than John Collins?
Who?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Yes.
They're not good defenders.
I don't think that. Well,
He's
those
in
are-
like
they're a tier
you
below.
got like Isaac Okoro. He's still good. Jason Tatum.
All right.
OG Anunoby.
I'm thinking about the four. I'm thinking about the four spot because the fours are a lot of fours are big. So we talking about Mobley,
Well, then you got Evan Mobley, Jason Tatum,
Jabari Smith, guys like that.
Isaac.
Aaron Gordon, Draymond Green.
Right. Markkanen, Harris,
LeBron.
Eason, Draymond.
DJJ plays the 3-4.
Right. Royce O'Neal, guys like that.
He's probably in the top 10 off the top of my head. He's probably in the top 10.
You think he's better than the kid from the Trailblazers, Kamara, I'm sorry.
Yes.
My thing about this is like we can compare Jimmy to guys like Toumani Kamara, but Jimmy's in a class of his own simply due to we've seen Jimmy produce in high level situations. We've seen Jimmy produce in the clutch, but also too, I know Chill, you're gonna say this was in the past and okay, that's cool, but Jimmy Butler, like when it's time to compete, Jimmy Butler's gonna be there, front line, ready to demonstrate to everybody just the type of dog he is. But on top of that too, the reason why I don't like to compare guys like Jimmy to just the rest of the league is because also Jimmy's gonna bring more to the table too. He's not just going to be there just as a defender. Yeah, he's going to compete on defense,
Ron,
but he's going to be on the glass. He's going to be distributing. He's going to give you occasional buckets, and he's going to be a leader too.
But that's the problem that I have with him. That's the problem I'm having right now, Ron, because what you just said, the stuff that you said he's going to bring that in the postseason, right? So
that's when teams need it the most.
But wait a minute, doesn't consistency
you want a regular
matter?
season player or a postseason player?
I want both of those guys. I don't just want a postseason player. I want both of those guys. I don't want a guy who's in third gear in the regular season and in the postseason he's in sixth gear. No, I want a guy who's here for the majority of the time and then turns it up. He's one of those guys like of all the guys that you just mentioned, Kamara, Isaac, Jonathan Isaac. I mean, we forgot about guys like Jaden McDaniels.
But here's the thing, though, Chill. Like, regardless of what you just said, I know you want a guy that's in first gear all the time and pedal to the metal from wire to wire.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I don't want is I don't want a good player, and then all of a sudden we get to the postseason and he's a top 10 player. Well, wait a minute.
Why don't you want him to step his game?
Well, in 22,
I do want you to step your game up,
he was
but I don't.
An All-NBA player, Chill. He was 2 years ago. He just got older.
And he's been pretty good this season when he plays.
Yeah,
he has been pretty good this season, right? He has been pretty good. What I'm asking for from Jimmy Butler is, I don't want to, not a substandard guy, but I don't want a good player. And then I get to the postseason, and then I get a guy who's an All-Pro. Like, where was that guy during the regular season? And the reason why I'm asking you that, Ron, is because we could have won some more games. We could have had a better seed. We could have had a better playoff matchup. But instead, I get a 6, and then I get to the playoffs, and I get a 9.5.
And Chill, like you also can get a Julius Randle or a Karl Anthony Towns, and when you get to the playoffs, they're not worth the salt in their bread. They not worth half their contract. You get to the playoffs and they start going back this way. And they act like they scared of the playoffs. They act like they scared of the moment, and all of a sudden you lose in the first round, and now the whole city's turned upside down because you're starting come to perform. Now he's getting bashed. Now you got to listen to other trade rumors and stuff like this.
Sure.
So I would much rather a guy like Jimmy Butler, where when it's wartime, when it's big games, he's not running from the spotlight. He's actually running to it. I want to check Jason Tatum. I want to check the biggest guy on the other team. I'm not scared. I elevate my level of play.
Yeah, Ron, but what you're giving me extreme measures. You're giving me a guy that's from in the regular season like an All-Pro like Julius Randle, and then in the playoffs we fall off a cliff. And then you get a guy like Jimmy Butler, who's actually played at an All-Pro level and then turned it up in the regular season. I'm looking for a median here. I'm not looking for a guy who's good in the regular season and then he's a top 5 player in the playoffs. I'm not looking for that kind of guy. I'm looking for a guy who gives me what he gave me in the regular season, which is being an All-Pro, being an All-Pro level defender. And then in the playoffs, I know what to expect because I can get a better seed in the playoffs. I could get a better matchup. I'm not shortchanging my crew if I'm only getting this right now, and then we get to the postseason, and then I get something completely different. I don't want to shortchange my crew for that. No. And the reason why I'm saying that about Jimmy Butler is because I felt like Pat Riley has gotten everything that he's going to get out of him. I don't think that he's getting any more.
Well, I agree with you, Chill. Like, once again, I want a guy that's going to bring it every single night.
That's
But
what I'm looking for.
my thing is, though, with Jimmy is, like, he in year 13. If anybody can afford to coast, Jimmy Butler's in that group with them older guys. Like, he's not as old as Bron. He hasn't played as many seasons as Bron. He hasn't played as many seasons as Steph. But he's in their age group. So, like, I'm not mad at you coasting to get to the playoffs. But furthermore, too, like, we can also call a spade and know Jimmy Butler is not an elite number one option. So Jimmy Butler needs to be alongside somebody else that's going to, and this is why we all held Bam in such high regards, because this is supposed to be Bam's job, supposedly, or I guess Tyler Hero now. But Jimmy Butler needs to be alongside a star that's going to carry them through the regular season. Now, when the postseason comes, he elevates his play to match that star. And now, all of a sudden, you got a great team.
So like Kawhi Leonard, like if Kawhi Leonard could stay healthy, putting a guy on the floor that can just get you there and then Leonard to take over in the playoffs. Is that fair enough?
That's the principle.
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing today?
What's good?
Yo, another good day, man. You know, LeBron James going crazy, so it's another good day to be alive. You know what I'm saying?
And we will get to the Christmas games. It was some crazy Christmas performances yesterday, so I want to talk all about those. But as of right now, I gotta ask you Ox and you, Dion, of Jimmy's preferred destinations or destinations where he's highly favored to land, what do you think is the best situation? You got the Suns, you got the Warriors, you got the Mavs, and you got the Rockets. These are the teams that supposedly are highly interested in Jimmy, and these are the locations that he's expected to land at.
Well, first round, I want to say I heard before I came up, I heard what you wanted, and I just hope that you do find a guy to bring it every night. But anyways, I think I like the Mavericks. That's what you said you wanted, right? I'm saying that's what I hope you find that. But yeah, I think the Mavericks. I was saying that before. I think that's the best spot.
So that third, so he'll be that third guy. So Irv moves to the Irv is the second guy now. Buckets is now the second guy.
Well, I don't look at it that way. I think it's one of those any night type things. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. It depends on matchups. It depends on just whose shots falling. Depends on who's who. Like I said, who has the better matchup? Who could pick on their match? So I don't think it's a first, second, third. Obviously, Luka's first option, the superstar, the franchise player. But after that, I mean, depending on who they have to move for Jimmy, that's the most important thing. Like, who would they have to give up? And so, but I would like that though. I think he will be good in Dallas, and I think that would be really good for them too.
What about you, Dion?
I'm not really feeling Dallas either. But the team I'm feeling the most, I'll probably go ahead and go with the Warriors. We seen last night, man. They need, some type of second punch going on in that lineup. They need somebody that's going to, they like depend on other than Curry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Curry's doing way too much out there every single night. So I feel like if Jimmy Butler came in there, it'd bring another defensive small forward, to check guys like LeBron James, other small forwards how to lead. And then also on top of that, he brings an offensive skill set. He can still pass the ball really good. And then he also can play make at a high level. So if you ask me, I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors, 1,000%.
Mars, Swiper, Chill. And if it's any other locations that you guys think will be sneaky for Jimmy Butler to land at, you could also throw that in there too.
That Jimmy Butler wants, or that'd be good for basketball?
A combination of the two.
He wants Jimmy in Denver, doesn't he?
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, you do.
Jimmy,
but you want him there, though.
I don't even know if Jimmy's going to the Western Conference.
You need him there.
Again, I don't want to turn this into this. Is what I'm saying. Are we talking about Jimmy Butler?
I just guess my fault for trying to think for you. I apologize. You can go ahead.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm used to it. So I would say that of all those teams, yeah, I mean, I feel like the Warriors would be ideal. Their defense would be stupendous together. I wouldn't like the Mavericks having to give up the thing they would have to give up and then make their team great. I know some Mavericks fans aren't as high on Gafford. So Gafford, Najee Marshall, and what? I don't know, like whatever they would have to give up. I don't know what their trade package would be. The Warriors, I think, would just make the most sense from that end. But like I said, it really depends on what Jimmy wants. If Jimmy actually wants to do that, how much he actually wants to compete.
I'm good on Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm good on Jimmy in Dallas. I think that they own something in Dallas. I think that if Luka could stay healthy, because he got banged up yesterday, but I think that they're on to something, and I think matchups are going to be the key in Dallas with them more than anything. I feel like what they would have to give up to get Jimmy in terms of their core, it would be very similar to what happened in New Orleans, having to give up, having to come off of Najee Marshall and Nance and Valanciunas. They would have to do that in Dallas, and I think that would really screw up their unit, considering what they have. That's one of the main reasons why.
Ain't getting nothing, no chill.
Who's not getting anything?
I'm saying like New Orleans, like they didn't get. You said like giving them Nance, giving them Najee. Like that was they didn't get Jimmy Butler.
But that's something
like
though. That's the point.
Yeah, it's something because they didn't get Jimmy Butler in return.
But if they would have
that in Dallas and you get Jimmy Butler, then you know what I'm saying.
So if I get rid of Najee Marshall, I want to make sure I'm understanding you, Ox. If I get rid of Najee Marshall, which is you're gonna have to with the contract that Jimmy Butler has, the money's gonna have to match. So you may have to come off Clay, but I don't think Clay's gonna get moved. I doubt that very seriously. So you're probably gonna have to come off of Najee Marshall. You're probably gonna have to come off of Gafford. You may have to come off another one of your dirty work guys. And then now you add Jimmy Butler, who, for all intents and purposes, Ox, over the last 10 years, he's played 60 games. He's played 60 games 6 of those 10 years. For the most part, in the West, okay, right. And in the Western Conference, you know how small that gap is. So I'm going to need him a lot in the regular season, especially considering what Luka's health is. So if Jimmy Butler's going to be in and out of the lineup, plus what I already missed from the guys plus what I already gave up from the guys that I already had, I get them out the lineup. We've been winning with Luka. We've been winning with Luka out of the lineup. So now we're going to get rid of those guys. We're going to add Jimmy Butler, who's not going to play as much. That gap, and we're already in 4th place. And like
you downplay Jimmy Butler every time we talk about Jimmy Butler. You're just downplaying how great Jimmy Butler is. Like
how great is Jimmy Butler? I'm clearly.
What have you been watching these past 6 seasons?
Put me on the Jimmy Butler. How awesome is Jimmy Butler?
Like what we talking about with
past
6 seasons?
I have been watching. So clearly, I'm not seeing.
You don't think he's
turn me on the Bucks.
Awesome? You don't think he's awesome? You don't think he's carried his squad to the best of his ability? You don't think that if Pat Riley got off his old ass and got him some help, that would have done something by now?
Damn. Got the second best, got arguably one of the best defenders in the game, and
is he looking like a best defender in the game right now?
No, he's not looking like that, and neither is Jimmy. That's why and by the way, they still in the playoffs with Jimmy being in and out the lineup.
If Pat Riley got Jimmy Butler some help last year, if Pat Riley did something for Jimmy Butler in the past 3 seasons, they will be doing much better. But Jimmy Butler has carried that squad for 6 years now. I think you are severely downplaying how good Jimmy Butler has been for the Heat. And
I'm not.
I'm saying if you could keep Najee or PJ, if you could keep one of them, keep Derek Lively, obviously you're gonna hold on to Kyrie and Luka.
Sure.
Then you're good. You're in a great position. If Najee and Gafford have to go, he's him.
And I think you downplaying how old Jimmy Butler is, and I think you downplaying that.
They need 2 seasons. They got a 2-season window. This season and next season, 2-season window. And
a season and a half, basically. So we got a season and a half with Jimmy Butler.
If you want to win a championship, you got to shooters. You know, chances make champions.
Sure, I could get with that.
Chances make champions. They're not gonna win right now. You get Jimmy Butler over there. I think you have a much better chance of winning with Jimmy Butler.
Are they the favorites in the Western Conference with buckets in Dallas? Are they the favorites now?
They my favorites.
I'll bet the house on it.
What?
Luka and Jimmy Butler personalities on the clash. Jimmy Butler's personality is too loud for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? If Luka doesn't decide to get back on defense one play, I feel like Jimmy Butler's gonna get in his face like, man, you gotta play defense around here now. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Butler brings that leadership to a team. I don't think Luka gonna like that. The actual talent on the floor, I mean, it's pretty decent, but it doesn't put them over the top. But their personalities will clash too much, Luka and Jimmy Butler, to put them on the same exact team.
I don't think so. I think Luka Hooper. I think Jimmy Jimmy been around the block enough. Like Cat with Cat and Andrew Wiggins, that was a whole different situation. They was just soft over there. He was just merely calling out that y'all is soft. With Luka not necessarily soft. He just kind of lazy. You seen what Jimmy Butler did for Tyler Hero?
Butler, that's a Miami. That's a Miami type of organization.
I don't think Luka's soft at all.
I never said.
I won't say soft, lazy.
I said he's lazy. And I think Jimmy Butler can help that. I don't think Luka doesn't get offended by Jimmy Butler saying, "Yo, Luka, step it up. Yo, Luka, get your ass back on defense. Yo, Luka, I'm holding you accountable for X, Y, and Z." I think Luka actually needs that, and I think that will help Luka. I think Jimmy Butler will go over there and turn Luka up, and vice versa.
I think we asking because Ox brought up the last 5 years, 6 years. I think we asking Jimmy Butler to continue to do that, and I don't think we there no more. Even as a second option.
That's why you put him with Luka and Kyrie.
He don't got to do that no more,
Jimmy Butler does all the little things. Rebounds, plays defense, dives for loose balls. We just mentioned he's a leadership guy. We all know he's a leader. Jimmy passes the ball too. He's good moving without the ball, good distributing, all of that type of stuff. Jimmy Butler does all the winning things that you need on a team like Dallas. He does all the winning things that you need on a team like Golden State. He does all the winning things that you need on a team like the Phoenix Suns. We ain't mentioned the Suns yet. Devin Booker.
I think that's going to be impossible. I think that'll be impossible. Remember, Bradley Beal has a 15% trade kicker and a no trade clause, so he would have to prove it and get a salary increase on the deal.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about the Suns. I don't think that's happening. But still, though, I don't think Jimmy has to be what Jimmy's been over there with Luka and Kyrie. In that squad, Derek Lively and him, like Jimmy Butler doesn't have to be that guy he was a couple seasons ago. He doesn't have to do what he did in 23, right? 23 when
they went to the finals, He
doesn't have to give Drew Holiday 58. You know what I'm saying? They don't need Jimmy Butler to do that. Jimmy Butler can come and actually be a role, like a championship level role player over there. You know
Ox, when have we seen a guy like that, Ox, go from being this to that immediately? When have we seen it? This is not a transition. And again, I know that you're a team guy. I 100% know that you're a team guy. But Jimmy Butler over the last 6 years has been the man. So now what you asking him to do, you asking him to go from being the man to now he's the third guy immediately. And it's not.
When do we see that?
And probably
Ray Allen?
Ray Allen had clearly slowed down.
Okay, yeah, Jimmy Butler better than Ray.
Jimmy Butler.
Ray slowed down, or did he just go to a situation where he wasn't the main guy anymore?
So in 2000,
you talking about to Boston, or are you talking about to Miami?
Boston, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Miami.
Ray was playing up. They were losing, but right before he went to Seattle, I want to say he was averaging a career high. I want to say.
Was he averaging that many points?
Was he Ron's a Seattle fan, but I want to say Ray Allen was coming off a season.
Ray was still getting busy. It's the reason why they didn't call him the big two. Chill. Yeah, they called him the big three. Like Ray Allen was still that.
The year that they beat Sacramento.
They was the big four. They was the big four.
They were, but we didn't know about Rondo at that time.
Yeah, it was the big four for sure.
Wait, who didn't know about Rondo at that time?
He's averaging 26.
Swiper, you didn't know about Rondo in 2007.
Who didn't? When he went after Rondo from Kentucky? Stop it. Please stop.
We knew we didn't know. I didn't know Rajon was going to be this, but we knew Rajon was a good.
Yeah, but it was still. Do you guys remember the conversations that were happening?
Hold on, Ron.
You're right, Ron. You're right.
We're getting away from where we are. So I want to stick with buckets here, moving from being the man for the last 6 years, right? Being the man for the last 6 years, and still considering himself that now going to play with Luka and Kyrie Irving and taking a lesser role. How is that going to go with him? How is he gonna? I'm not saying how is he gonna fit in. How is that gonna go with a dog like Jimmy Butler?
He playing second fiddle to Tyler Hero right now.
Third fiddle. When Bam gets off his ass, Jimmy don't got no problem. We've seen Jimmy. Jimmy likes doing that. Jimmy likes letting the other guys do what they do best. He likes letting the other guys get buckets and stuff like that, and he just falls back and does what he does, makes winning plays.
So if you get off of Klay Thompson, right? If you get off Klay Thompson to get Jimmy Butler, you're bringing Jimmy Butler in at shooting around 35%, from the three. Klay Thompson shoots around 39% from the three. So I mean, it's not really going to help the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, they need guys that's going to spread the court out and let Luka and Kyrie do their thing, pass the ball to the open guys in the corner or on the side of the three-point line to spread the court out. Jimmy Butler's going to make the floor a lot more dense, and a lot of players going to be able to stand inside the paint for Luka and Kyrie. It's going to make it a lot harder for them to score. So I don't know if that trade works at all.
You know what else Jimmy Butler does that Klay Thompson doesn't do?
What?
He allows those guys to space the floor for him. So he's going to play make for them. You forgot about PJ Washington, and you said Kyrie and Luka, they need to space the floor, or they need guys to space the floor out for them. Don't forget that Kyrie actually spaces the floor out for Luka, and Luka spaces the floor out for Kyrie, vice versa.
Right,
You still got those two on the floor.
Having play on the back end, you know what I'm saying? It makes the court a lot more space. You bring somebody in like Jimmy Butler, that's going to take the ball out of Kyrie Irving's hands, out of Luka's hands, and that's going to be a less efficient offense. I'd rather have the ball in Kyrie and Luka's hand, and, you know, to get it to the shooters and get to the basket over Jimmy Butler, 1,000%.
But what about a more efficient defense?
I mean, that you can get that, but I mean, how much better is Jimmy Butler playing defense than Klay? I mean, it's not. I mean, he's playing better, but it's not that big of a margin for me to be like, I'm going to give up 3-point shooting. I'm not doing that.
A 4% difference?
Yeah, I mean, 39% between 35. That's a big jump.
Klay and Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
All right.
Jimmy could be shooting 45%, and it would still be a substantial difference
between him and Klay on the defensive end.
That
I ain't gonna argue that.
That was a weird point.
But
so was the
part,
Jimmy Butler's not that different to Klay on defense. That was also a weird point.
But this Jimmy Butler though, in 2024, I mean,
this Jimmy Butler,
he's a great defender. He's a great defender. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, are you going to give up a big man, Klay Thompson, just for a guy that plays a little bit better defense? I mean, I'm not giving up that whole package. I feel like Doc's already got some brewing over there.
What I'm saying, Dion, is if they can throw Klay in the package, that's best case scenario.
If they can throw Klay in the package,
yeah. Instead of the other guys, Klay my first person I'm putting in the package to help make the money work.
Okay.
Klay and Maxi Kleber is where I would start.
It just doesn't make their team better. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like it just doesn't make their team better.
You on your Danny Ainge. I like.
He's an expiring contract. He's an expiring contract. I offered him Klay, offered him Maxi Kleber, and I guess you got to like offer someone else to like make the money work or something. But that's what I would do. Klay and Maxi Kleber, they would be my priority.
So you can go Klay, Maxi, and Gafford. See you.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nuts. Holy shit!
I'm saying if you could do that, then that's the best option. Dallas needs to do that yesterday.
Felice.
They go from the top of the West to the bottom of the West if they make that trade. 1,000%. It's over.
Ox, who is my other dirty work guy outside of Lively? And outside of Lively, who else is in the paint? Jimmy Butler? That's who we going with?
Maxi Kleber is still there, by the way.
You just told me he's
gone.
Ideally, he's not in this situation, but
right. So he's gone. So who's my other dirty work guy?
Lively?
You still got PJ Washington,
who stretches the floor. Sure.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
no. PJ Washington puts in dirty work.
He doesn't put in dirty work like Gafford does. He's not in the paint like Gafford.
Obviously.
How many centers do you think they need? If they got Jimmy Butler, they already have an elite defensive center, and then they would have a backup five, which is regular, which is whatever. I think Luka.
Who's their backup
Kyrie,
5 man?
Again, it will be one of the names that we just named. So probably. Yes, exactly. And I don't. Dwight is what it is.
Shout out to Dwight Powell.
Yeah, Dwight Powell probably the backup five.
Give me that kid. If I'm Miami, I'll take that kid Ware too.
Where?
Yes, I'll take the Rook.
And you say I'm trying to rob them, and I'm just trying to offer up salary. He's trying to take that best prospect.
If we doing that,
he's trying to take that best prospect. And you guys say I'm Danny Ainge. I ain't even
Dallas should
get
get Ware and Butler. Why would Miami do that?
Maybe Kevin Love.
Slightly trying to rob people. You guys be letting it go because you're old.
Kevin Love would be alright over there.
The second time he's tried to rob people in the trade. The second time he's tried to do that.
Mars, you stay trying to rob people. Give me
I just want everyone to stay
you the epitome of Danny.
When I've tried to make trades, they've actually
talking about making trades. No, they don't make sense. It sounds different because you're English. No, absolutely.
No, it makes perfect sense. You just tried to get Delaware for no reason. You just tried to rob Miami. That's the difference.
All right, y'all. Jimmy Butler isn't the only one that wants to be traded for Christmas. Supposedly, De'Aaron Fox will not be signing an extension unless the Kings make more win now moves. And apparently there are some situations that are closely monitoring De'Aaron Fox, such as the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets, and potentially the Orlando Magic.
Wait, but you don't like that Houston deal? If I'm Sacramento,
of those three, De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. No, please, yeah, Wemby, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, we're on the way.
What is the Spurs?
Stephon's gone if De'Aaron goes.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
What's the Spurs offer then? If you're not giving up Devin Vassell or Stephon Castle, and obviously Wemby's off limits.
Stephon.
So it'll be Keldon Johnson,
Stephen
Harrison Barnes is in the deal. They would have Trey
Harrison
Mann,
going back
Trey
to
Jones.
Sack?
yes.
No, I'm saying the available traders.
I seen that they was talking Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, and like a gang of picks.
Champagne or something.
4-1.
Yeah, you're getting Champagne. I'm not giving up Stephon Castle, especially for a dude that's asking out. Like already, he's leaving. He wants to leave.
There's no way we give up De'Aaron Fox without getting Stephon Castle. They can't.
Respectfully, I'm just not. I mean, I think you can get some young assets, maybe Jeremy Sohan or something, but I'm not giving the Castle.
You don't like that?
I'm not giving up.
I don't want to give up either one, but I'm just saying if I had to go through the list, I'm just not giving up Castle and a Fox deal and Ox only because I'm not approaching you with this. De'Aaron has come to you and said, "I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm not resigning."
He didn't. That's not what he said, Swiper. That's not.
No,
what he said.
I'm saying that
the
rumors. The murmurs behind the scenes are De'Aaron.
What have we heard, Ox? Since you in the Kings, what exactly is the deal, Ox?
Well, I mean, just from what he's been saying, he's been saying he wasn't signing the deal until we made some moves, which I think is a smart idea. I don't think he owes Sacramento anything. I don't think he should be. I don't think he should sacrifice his career for a team that's not trying to win the championship because he's a championship level point guard. He doesn't need to stick in any franchise that's not trying to do his best for him. That was a great move by him. He said
he's only won 3 playoff games in his career too. That's a part of it too. Like
unless you know what I'm saying. Unless
you have to say that, Swiper.
No, I'm saying that's.
We all know that already.
Yeah,
we already know that, right?
It's not going Ox, unless what, Ox?
Unless they make some moves for him, he's not gonna resign. He'll go. And I think that's a good idea for him. And I think Monte McNair better get off his ass and do something before he lose the best thing that's happened to him since he got there. So
I know you guys.
He's not requesting it. He's not saying, "Oh, trade me right now."
He doesn't have to, Ox. He doesn't have to, Dion, because LeBron James wrote the blueprint for me in 2008, 2009, 2010. If my star tells me that he's not signing an extension, I'm out. Because you ain't leaving me holding the bag. Hell no, you're not. Nope.
And the thing about it is, I know you guys are gonna like it, and I know it's not gonna happen, but if De'Aaron Fox went to the Lakers, man, Fox, LeBron, and Anthony Davis would be the coldest trio out here. But Sacramento's never gonna allow De'Aaron Fox to go there. But I'm just saying, those three together, bro.
He's a free agent after this year, right?
I think yeah.
But
so, next season, he will be a free agent, or the following season. I'm asking.
Not near. Following. No, he's not free agent this year.
Okay.
Next year. Okay.
So that's why for me, I'm not in no rush either. Like I'm not taking anything for De'Aaron. I'm making other trades like as soon as possible. I'm making other trades to try to make him happy and make us better. But like I'm not trading De'Aaron Fox right now.
I think we already had it.
I
think we already in a space where the fact that you have to do that now already suggests to me that De'Aaron Fox is probably out. The fact that you have to do that now. He's been there. I think what are we in year 7? Because he came in with Bam.
Yeah.
I think he came in with Bam. I think we're in year 6 or year 7. So for him to say that I'm not interested in signing an extension right now, I need to see what you guys have been doing. Okay, you've been there long enough. He already signed an extension.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He already signed an extension. So we're in I think we're in year 6 or year 7. For him to say that he needs to see what else we're doing. Okay, what else do you need to see? We were in the playoffs. We were a top 3 seed. You drafted Keegan Murray, who hasn't panned out the way you thought he would, right? We drafted Keegan Murray. You got Ellis. You ended up signing DeMar DeRozan, whom for all intents and purposes, everybody thought from what these guys were saying that you guys could get to the Western Conference Championship. They've made moves. It's not like they're not making moves. They're making moves to improve this roster. It hasn't worked. That's the problem.
But Chill, just respectfully,
you keep making moves till you do something else.
But De'Aaron knows that in the Western Conference they have no hope, no prayer, no chance. And this is again not for Kings fans. This is only for the front office. They have no hope, no chance. De'Aaron knows this. With him and Sabonis as the number 1 and number 2 option to win anything in the Western Conference, plus the other players they have on the roster, they don't have this. They just don't have it. They don't have the talent to do it. And so I think De'Aaron is like, this is year 8, Ox. Year 8. Year 8. 7. So he got drafted in 17, right?
He came in with bang.
That's so swap. Yeah.
He came in with.
So
bang.
I think he's looking at it saying that I've been with this org since the start. You chose me over Hallie, which I appreciate, but we've been to the playoffs once. I've won 3 playoff games, and it ain't getting no better this year. We're definitely not getting out of the first round this year if we get to the playoffs. And so I think De'Aaron's whole perspective is like, I'm burning. Yes, you're right. I'm burning through my time and my young prime, and we don't have a chance to win anything. So no, I'm not signing a Supermax. And I think Ox, if I'm them and I'm the front office, number 1, do right by yourself, but do right by De'Aaron. Get rid of him by the trade deadline. Get maximum value for him. Don't wait like everybody else always does. And then you ship him and where he wants to go to a little bit. But like, I mean, he can hold you. I mean,
Swiper, why are we waiting to the trade deadline? Because the trade deadline,
whenever you can. I'm saying whenever you can. Maximize. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if I want to wait till the trade deadline. And to be honest with you, I really didn't hate that Houston deal. I didn't. To come off of Whitmore, to come off the kid Shepherd and Van Fleet. I mean, if you Houston and Sacramento would do that, hell yes, do that.
If you Houston, but we're not like. I think y'all are undervalued.
You guys don't like Fred?
I'm not. Look, this is me. I don't know what Monty McNair do. I have no idea what the Kings front office would do. I'm talking about me. I do not want Fred VanVleet and Reed Shepherd.
Can't Whitmore though?
Fred VanVleet.
Okay, first and foremost,
or first round picks with it too, Ox.
Damn those first round picks. I don't want Fred VanVleet and Reed Shepherd for De'Aaron Fox. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't look. Yeah, obviously you want to do right by De'Aaron Fox. I want what's best for De'Aaron Fox for sure. But we don't have to trade him right now. And it's not like he's just going to get worse next season. His value isn't going to drop next trade deadline. So what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying, Chill. We've made moves, but that's how it works. You make moves until you make the right move. You know what I'm saying? Now that's what I'm saying. We trade, we make another move, try to bring somebody else in, try to help things out. And if that doesn't make us a better team, all right, then.
But Big Ox, you get 4.
I don't want Reed Shepherd and Fred VanVleet.
All right. Go ahead, Chill.
If you're moving off of De'Aaron Fox, what that tells me is you're making a drastic change. It's your franchise point guard. This is what you're doing. It's not like you're moving off of De'Aaron Fox and Darius Garland or Jamal Murray or somebody of that caliber is coming. No, if you're moving off of De'Aaron Fox, you're probably not going to get something like that back. So if you're going to get Castle, if you're going to get Reed Shepherd, if you're going to get Fred Van, if you're going to get something like that, that suggests to me that, okay, sounds like we're starting over.
Yeah. We got to move just get rid of DeMontis.
That's what I was about to say.
Because
that's exactly what I was about to say.
That's the worst. That's the last thing I want. Is DeMontis Sabonis drowning in Sacramento? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. On top of that, I want to say this too. This season is not even over. Like we still can make tweaks. We can still make things shake for us, to become even better. It's not like we out here just getting blasted.
You don't think they have a chance to
win? Y'all done, bro.
I don't need either one of y'all two to tell me what I think.
I'll ask you a question. I'm asking a question.
We already, and I'm telling you, we got DeMar DeRozan. That was a big hitch in the offense.
A big L. That's a big L.
So it changed up a lot of things, right? It takes time to adjust and figure things out. Dion, that's something you need to understand, bro. It takes a little time. Like when Brown went to Miami, it took a little time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time.
Did they start off this bad? They start this bad.
It takes time for every team to adjust. You know what I'm saying?
So in a month of December, man, you guys losing to Portland.
It takes time for every team to adjust. You know
right. Let me just say this real quick before you continue.
And that's what happens. So what I'm saying is,
in a month of December, you guys are chasing straight L's, man.
Got DeMar DeRozan. It takes time for things to change. Something has to change. You don't just trade.
You think you develop into winning the West?
Because if you just trade De'Aaron Fox, that just means you're just throwing in the towel. Like that's just dumb.
You guys have already thrown in the towel though since December. Look at these are the L's of December. Portland. You guys lost to Portland, Indiana.
Wait.
Brooklyn, the Clippers, ATL, Utah, Minnesota. You guys have already thrown in the towel since December. You guys already thrown in the towel. It's time for you guys to move on with your franchise. 1,000%. Get rid of Fox, get rid of Sabonis, get rid of all of them. It's time to move on for your franchise.
Malik, you don't just trade De'Aaron Fox because you have a bad month. You know what I'm saying? You make another move because he's not a free agent this year. That's all I'm saying. Like De'Aaron Fox is not going to get worse next year. He doesn't.
I'm confused. Do you think that they make another move on the margin that like at their apex? I'm asking directly. Do you think if De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis as the core with DeMar, whoever else you want to keep in, Keegan Murray, and then they make an additional move, whatever that means, they have enough to be able to actually compete to make a deep playoff run in the West?
Swiper, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, yes, that's a great core to build around. Of course, we lost. It took Steph Curry to come give us 51. Y'all act like we didn't have a chance.
You guys are not the same team. That's not the same team.
We've been going this way ever since.
That's why you make another move. Okay, DeMar DeRozan, Mike Brown changed his whole offense for one. Well, not the whole offense, but he changed a lot of offensive principles for one player. I think that was a bad move by Coach Brown. I think if we just kept with the same flow of things and had him fit into what we were already doing, I think we would look a little different. Now Coach Brown could maybe make a couple of tweaks in his, in what he's doing, and it will look. I think it will look a whole lot different. It will look a whole lot different, and that's all I'm saying. You don't just get rid of De'Aaron Fox because we're 4 games out the 3 seed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy to me. It's crazy.
All right, fellas. It's a couple other people too that I'm gonna bring up, and if you guys have a reaction to it, you let me know. Obviously, it's Christmas season. It's the season of giving, and it looks like there's some teams that are trying to give away some players. But before I get into that, it is a team that wasn't trying to give away one of their players. His name is Alex Caruso, and the Oklahoma City Thunder re-signed him for a 4-year, $81 million deal. So, Merry Christmas to Caruso.
I just dig the new CBA because I think we're going to see teams stay together longer. I do. I think we're going to see teams stay together longer. I don't think that we're going to see the big 3 in Miami. We're not going to see the KD jumping on the wall. We're not going to see that nearly as much because this collective bargaining agreement with the bird rights allows teams to pay their stars and for them to stay on the crew longer than they would in the past. I like that.
No,
it's a good sign.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
How is it the opposite?
I'm interested what they're going to do when it's time to play J-Dub and Shaq. But
it's harder to keep
We'll see when the time comes. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Your teams are penalized for accumulating talent because they're trying to disperse talent. So when J-Dub, SGA, Chet, those 3 supermax contracts, plus they're going to have Caruso, then you got to figure out Case and Wallace, and then you got to figure out Lou Dort, Isaiah Hartenstein. Yep. They're going to get very expensive very quickly. And the CBA actually limits your ability to be able to keep that talent. Because what happens is it penalizes you on the tax end and the apron. So the further you get into the luxury penalty, luxury tax in the first level, you get the first apron, and then you get the second apron. The Celtics have kept their talent. They have a $400 million tax bill.
Right. I think and I understand that part. But remember what the bird rights are. The bird rights only count. Your bird rights only count for 35% of the salary cap. And those contracts don't kick in. So when these guys sign extensions, those contracts, like for example, Jaylen Brown's contract, I think that contract doesn't kick in until next season. He signed that contract I think last season. He signed that contract. Jason Tatum signed his extension. If that contract doesn't kick in this season, then it kicks in next year. So now it gives you and now it gives teams more leverage to move other guys. But it does give you that opportunity to hold on to your guys longer, and it does give you the opportunity to make more moves. But with the bird rights, which I think is a great thing, that gives you the opportunity to hold on to your stars because it doesn't count as much on the salary cap as other guys do. That's why you got bird rights.
It's the end. So again, like the Nuggets are the prime example. Murray, Jokic, and Porter are the 3 biggest contracts, and then they own their bird rights. Sure,
and they
had the bird rights to Aaron Gordon. They just signed him to a 4-year, $120. So that kicks in next year. So they're going to have 4 max contracts on the roster, basically. And their next highest contracts on the roster, Chill, are Zeke Naji at $8 million, and then Dario Saric at $5.3 million. The issue is that those contracts, the Nuggets are going to be a second apron team when the contract starts for Aaron Gordon. So the Celtics, they are limited because they signed all these guys. It's great. The problem is that they cannot make any additional moves on the roster. Once you're a second apron team, you're screwed. If you have an injury, you're screwed. You literally have no financial flexibility whatsoever to make a move.
What the second apron is, yeah.
On the other end of this, the tax bill for repeaters tax is the issue too, Chill. Because going over the tax 1 year is another thing. But the repeater tax, there's a further percentage. The luxury tax bill goes up for ownership, which is exactly why the Celtics ownership is they're
this
getting
doesn't
rid of
make
the team.
sense to me though. Maybe I'm understanding this wrong. So then why do we have bird rights? Because
the bird rights are for bird rights put in the original agreement to be able for players, and especially in this last iteration of CBA, for teams to be able to pay players within their roster. But I'm telling you, ownership got cheap, and they decided they no longer wanted to have to deal with competition that could shell out more money than them. But also, on the other end, ownership didn't want to keep having to pay talent and then hold on to it. And so what happened is you have your bird rights, but the NBA put you in this scenario now in the new CBA. You have the bird rights still, but if you sign players through the bird right over your tax, we are going to tax you a higher percentage based on every year they're on your roster and every year you are in the penalty.
And the bird rights don't even matter then.
No, they do. But you have to make the decision. That's what the NBA is saying. You can keep talent, but you better be willing to pay like an obscene amount of money.
That's what the bird rights were originally for. The bird rights were originally for me to keep my talent and not have to worry about the salary cap. That's what Red Arm. That's exactly what it was for.
But chill. I'm saying with you that was the idea. But again, I'm telling you, the owners are the one that put this in place. The owners did not; they no longer wanted to have to pay.
And the reason why, to your point, the reason why was because they didn't want to do their homework. That's why. So if I have a guy that I drafted who turns out to be really damn good, and he turns out to be an all-pro, and I got him on my team for 5 or 6 years, I should be able to pay him, according to the bird rights, I should be able to pay him whatever I want and not worry about going over the salary cap. So now what you have to do,
you still got over the cap, Chill. That's not true. You still had a cap, and they still counted towards the cap.
As long as the guy doesn't count for 35% of the cap.
No, that's not how that works. No, remember the Supermax. The Supermax, there's levels to what based on your awards, Chill. That's what it was.
Okay.
I'm just explaining it to you. You could pay players.
I'm with you.
Based on the MVP or all NBA selections, like De'Aaron Fox, he could wait for a Supermax with an all NBA. Then the Derrick Rose, there's a Derrick Rose kicker. The Derrick Rose is the MVP tax. You get 35% of the cap, you get 30% of the cap, you get 25% of the cap. That's all I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying is that the penalties were there. The penalties are just ridiculous now, though, Chill.
Oh, absolutely.
You have no flexibility.
I understand with the second apron. That's why teams are trying to stay away from it. I'm figuring with you drafting and you have homegrown talent. With you drafting and having homegrown talent, that's what the bird rights were there for. I can keep my players, I can develop my players, and I can pay my players and not worry as much about going over the cap because these players aren't gonna account individually.
It always did.
These players aren't gonna be these players individually.
Cap, Chill.
I know I'm not saying that it doesn't count toward the salary cap. I'm not saying that. As long as these players individually don't account for individually. I ain't talking about as a whole, but individually they don't account for 35%. That's what's in the CBA, 35% of the salary cap. That's why I have the bird rights. But now what you're telling me is that if I got 6 players that I've drafted whose bird rights that I own, and I'm signing these guys, now what I'm looking at, the bird rights go out the window, right? The bird rights go out the window off the strength that each of these guys, now it's collective, and I have a $175, or let's say $145 million salary cap, and I'm over the cap by $40 million. Even though not one of my players individually counts for 35% of the salary cap. Not one of them does. But
Chill, I don't know who explained those rules that way to you. The 35% and 30% are in terms of how much each player contract takes up of the salary cap, based on what you've done going into that contract, based on awards that you won. That's the only thing. The money always counted towards the cap. It's just the bird rights allow for you to match. The bird rights allow for you to match any contract that you got from another team. That's restricted free agency. And then bird rights allowed for you to sign above your cap. So here's the cap. Right. Bird rights say we can pay you whatever we need to pay you. But the thing is, if you have a $35 million player, but you only have $15 million left before you hit the cap, you can go over that. But the thing is, in the NBA, you cannot go over that for players that have not been in your building for a year plus. That's what bird rights mean. I mean, it gives you the ability to go over your cap. If you don't have them, the bird rights, you can only pay them right here, like the Denver Nuggets for Bruce Brown. They functionally could not pay him more than $7.7 million a year. He got 22.5. They could have signed KCP to $22 million a year. They chose not to because they wanted to avoid the second apron, because that takes away your flexibility. You can't do 2-for-1 deals. If you have an injury, you're done. And then on the other end of this, again, like the Celtics, they're screwed. The Celtics are screwed. They have the highest luxury tax penalty for 1 year that's ever happened in NBA, and it's worth more than they bought the team for.
All right, y'all. If you are watching the video and you haven't liked the video, I hope the Grinch gets a hold of you. If you have liked the video, I hope you had the best Christmas that you possibly can have. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter, make sure you come over to YouTube and subscribe to the Players Choice channel at some point in time. Also, to all of our YouTube subscribers, become members. Being a member gives you certain perks, like being able to type in the chat, being able to get members chats, and also being able to just participate in some other things that we have going on over here. But check out those membership tiers. And if you're questioning which tier you should join, just become a Hall of Famer like Hunting Gilgores, K.T, Multi-Kenny, Cobra Son of Raditz, and Kendall Daniels. Salute to them. Those are the Hall of Famers. Those are the GOATs over here. And also keep going, chat. And in the meantime, get over and download the PrizePicks app, where you can run your game, control your game, and ultimately win your game like we've been doing this week. And when you play $50, you instantly, or when you play $5, you instantly get $50 back in promo funds when you use the code PANEL. We will be showing you guys how it's done here in a second, but I just need to let you know that over at PrizePicks, there's endless ways to choose your favorite players on your favorite teams and win money with these players. The opportunities are limitless. You have unlimited player projections and unlimited players, and you ultimately have the opportunity to participate in NBA contests that will test your hoop knowledge by choosing player projections for every stat line imaginable. So are you a rookie in the game? Do you not really know what's going on? Don't worry about it. Just follow the panel. And here's the playbook. Download the PrizePicks app. Sign up using code PANEL, and new customers will receive new promos and special bonuses when they join in on the action. Every day on the show, me, Chill, Mars, Ox, we'll jump up here and we'll make our picks of the day. We'll put together a contest, and we will show you guys just how to do it. The PrizePicks payouts can be as sweet as Victor Wembanyama in the Garden last night. So what are you waiting for? Download the PrizePicks app, use promo code PANEL, and join in on the action with us. Now, I know I was saying that we won a little bit of money last night, so let me show you guys exactly what we were able to do. Obviously, Luka got hurt, so that pick was rebooted, but he was well on his way to getting his demon pick of 9.5 rebounds. But Draymond Green came through, got 6 assists. Jaylen Brown came through, got 7 rebounds. And Tyrese Maxey came through and ultimately just got buckets and was way above 23, way more than 23. And we were able to turn these 3 picks into 50. Had Luka did what he did, I think it was like 180, but it's okay. We'll take our winnings. How we get our winnings.
And Luka,
that ironically, ironically, those were ZZ's picks. So maybe we need ZZ as a regular on here. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe y'all just need to start letting me do more. Because, I told y'all that JT was going to hit his demon of points and rebounds.
No, you didn't, Ron. When I told you 5 threes yesterday from Jason Tatum, you told me I was ridiculous. That's number one.
He had 4 threes.
He had 5 of them. Are we sure?
Chill, do you want me to pull that up? Because I'll pull it up. Chill, you went 0 for 5 yesterday.
Garbage. Garbage.
But this right here was from Tuesday, though. Remember we made picks on Tuesday? So
yes, I do remember.
I had a good feeling that JT was going to go off against the Sixers like he typically does. And I knew that bum Jamal Murray was not going to come through. And so that's where we're at right now. So we won twice yesterday, fellas. That's pretty good. That's a solid improvement. But today, we must do the same thing.
Garbage. 0 for 5.
I would have been right if Luka ain't got hurt, by the way. So
what did you have? What did you have, Luka?
I had Bron and Steph points combo. I knew that was gonna hit.
And they for sure hit.
Yeah, I knew that was easy. And I had Luka PRA, and he was on track. He played like 15 minutes. He had like 21 PRA, and then he got hurt. So I was gonna hit, but this is the second time where someone who was gonna hit for me ended up not playing the whole game. So I'm kind of mad about that. But hopefully Luka gets well soon. I think this is his second calf strain, so hopefully he takes it easy. I don't want him to I don't want that to spiral into something that doesn't need to.
Yeah, but if they had Jimmy Butler on the team, they wouldn't. They'd be all right.
I mean, they still nearly came back. Kyrie was doing something.
Yeah.
Yo, we'll get into those games right after this. But we got 4 picks we got to make, each of us. So go ahead, Chill. You go ahead and kick us off.
Let's see here. What kind of action?
Let me show you some games real quick.
Yes, please.
Okay, we got a bunch of games today.
Yes. So 0 for 5 yesterday. What's worse than 0 for 5? 0 for 6. So we got to put something together. Let's see here. I'm not doing Orlando and Miami. Milwaukee and Brooklyn. Giannis has always been been good.
Got Giannis right here for just points. Let me see what else we got for Giannis.
Yeah, let's see what we got for Giannis.
Take him making a 3.
He always does that.
Let's see what we got for Giannis. 30.
Look, see, it's a demon pick.
Against Brooklyn? Yeah, I will take Giannis making a 3. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
That's why you be going 0 for 6 because you be listening to Mars.
No, I'm not listening to Mars, but I'm looking at like 41 and a half for points and rebounds. That's easy. That's an easy pick because he's going to get busy doing that. 36 points plus assists. Like, that's easy stuff.
The chat telling me Giannis is questionable today, so he might not even play. Just letting you know.
Questionable? He hadn't played in like 3 days. Like, what's wrong with
him? I'm just reporting what the chat's telling me. So just saving you.
If he doesn't play, it won't count against you, Chill. They'll take him off.
Yeah, but then it's like a waste of time.
It is. You
know what I mean? But then what if he does play?
Let's go with somebody other than Giannis.
Right. Let's see. What else? Actually, Ox. Can I see the games again? Because I think Oklahoma City plays today too, don't they?
Rebounds? Damn. That's easy.
Yes.
Okay, see,
Oklahoma City plays. Yeah, let me see that Oklahoma City. Let me see what kind of action we got with Oklahoma City and Indiana.
Okay.
Yes.
Under.
Let's see what we're dealing with.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
12 and a half.
J-Dub. Lou Dort.
What you call it? J-Dub. I think J-Dub was 23 and a half. J-Dub was 23 and a half, and SGA 3.5 threes.
23 and a half points.
Yep, 23 and a half points. I'll take the more on that. It's either that or SGA with them 3.5 threes. I'm gonna take J-Dub with more on the 23 and a half points.
Okay.
All right, Morris, how you rocking?
Ben Simmons.
Benjamin.
Did they even give him anything for threes?
Morris, if they do,
I'm just asking. I wouldn't put. I'm just genuinely curious.
Okay, because I'm not clicking it.
Damn, they don't even give him anything for threes. They hate him. He don't have he not big time enough for PRA. No. Points and assists 15.5. Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Okay, what was that? 14.5 points and assists right here. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He got a PRA. 22.5.
Oh, do we
Go less?
Oh,
Yep, right here.
So Ben gonna have like 22 and he's gonna have like 23 points by himself. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys been paying attention. Ben been pretty good recently.
Fadeaway mid range he took. Pretty nice.
Nah, I'll stick with my points and assists 15.5.
With the shot clock running down because he had to shoot it.
Yeah, he hit it though.
He can get me 8 and 8 tonight. He can get me 8 and 8.
All right, what you thinking, Alex?
I'll go real quick. You already know where I'm going.
With DeMonte.
He don't got a demon PRA. What are they doing?
He got demon scoring.
Yeah, but I want to go to PRA.
You got demon 3.
It's just pure dominance from DeMontis. Go with the more on the PRA. All right, what you want, Ron?
All right. Go to LaMelo Ball.
Okay.
Someone said they want a Portland pick. Can I take off Ben Simmons?
Go ahead, take him off.
What you want, Mars?
Shade and Sharp. What's his demon for points?
19 and a half.
He gonna give me 20 tonight.
Gotcha. Okay, Ron, you said LaMelo.
Yeah.
So which ball, Lonzelis?
Go to his points and rebounds. I mean, assists and rebounds. Him and Jordan Poole, 53.5 combined. That's
Rebounds and assists right here.
Like that. But yeah. Just go more on that.
So you know he gonna be chucking and you taking anything but points. Crazy.
I know he gonna get them assists and rebounds too.
Okay, so then take the PRA.
I'm cool where I'm at. All right, we got J-Dub more than 23.5 points tonight against the Pacers. We got Dominance Sabonis going more than 39.5 PRA. We got Shaden Sharp on a demon pick going more than 19.5. And then we got LaMelo Ball more than 14 rebounds and assists. What's that looking like, Ox? 20
to 290.
to 290. I could live with that.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Not bad.
Money, literally, that's money.
We in the game.
All right, cool. Well, fellas, obviously yesterday was Christmas, and we had a crazy slate of games and performances and the whole 9 yards. So let's go ahead and start with the opening game, with the opening performance, all-time performance, if you will, from Victor Wembanyama in the Spurs against the New York Knicks in the Garden. This is what happened, y'all. Victor Wembanyama had 42 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. This ties a MSG Christmas record with 6 threes. Can you guys guess who else hit 6 threes on Christmas? For the Knicks?
Bridges.
No, not Mikal.
For the Knicks, it wasn't Cat. It wasn't Deuce. I mean, it wasn't Miles McBride. Who else? Was it Brunson?
Not close, but try again.
Josh
lefty.
Hart. No,
Nah.
not Josh Hart. Lefty.
Well,
Well, Mikal Bridges did hit 6 threes last night, so he would be in there too. So it will be a tie between Mikal Bridges, Victor Wembanyama, and Julius Randle. They've all hit 6 threes on Christmas in the Garden. But Victor Wembanyama's 42 points is the 3rd highest ever for a debut performance in the Garden. Wilt had 45 and T-Mac had 43.
Yep.
Also, Mikal Bridges was unconscious last night. He had 41 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks. And This is the second most points scored by a Knicks player on Christmas Day. And Chill, obviously, you know who scored the most for the Knicks on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
A nice, good 60 piece.
No, I was not there, Mars. I did watch it, though, but I was not there. No.
Close enough.
Shout out Bernard King. But, fellas, talk to me about this game. How did we feel about Wemby's performance, and how do we feel about the Knicks pulling this game out?
He's just a lot to deal with more than anything. Even though he doesn't play like a conventional big man, the more I watch him, and I know you've heard me say this because I sound like a broken record, he just reminds me so much of Ralph Sampson. That's who he reminds me of when I watch Wemby. He reminds me a lot of Ralph Sampson, how he gets up and down the floor, how he handles the ball, how he shoots the ball. He reminds me a lot of Ralph Sampson and how much of a matchup nightmare he is. Now, defensively, yeah, he's got some issues. His drop coverage, he looks a little bit lost sometimes in drop. His switches could be a little bit crisper. I think he's really good on the offensive glass. On the defensive glass, I think he could be a 15 rebound a game guy. And of course I'm nitpicking right here, but ultimately he was really good in every aspect of the game. I thought he put a lot of pressure on the Knicks on the offensive glass more than anything. Cat had a really big problem with him. I wish he could have gotten Chris Paul a couple of years ago. I think that this Spurs team would be a lot better had that happened.
Yeah, me personally, I just feel like for the most part, the Spurs, they technically did everything to win. I mean, other than they're having high turnovers, they won in every other category. What I mean by that is like, their free throw percentage is decent. The total rebounds when it comes to defensive rebounds, they have more than the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So they had the winning material to win the game. But the high turnovers was really the issue. I mean, 15 turnovers to 5 turnovers for the Knicks. That's not going to get it done. And they also gave up 58 points inside the paint as well. Wemby is unstoppable. I told you guys coming into this year, I said I think Wemby's better than Joel Embiid, and that's aging pretty well. But again, man, I just feel like the Spurs they still make the mistakes like going into these games that a young team will make. You know, the Knicks are more polished now. You know, they have more mature guys on that side of the playing field, and it really showed last night down the stretch.
Mars, thoughts on this game?
I think it was a great way to start the Christmas slate. I think it was a really good game. I think obviously the big man battle was interesting. Cat struggling in terms of fouls and stuff, but it's still very interesting to see two bigs that skilled on offense and then Wemby on defense. Was nice. Mikal Bridges was on a burner. I don't know what compelled him to turn into Kevin Durant, but it was nice to see. And I think even though also Josh Hart's 2 clutch offensive rebounds that won the game. I would hate to play against Josh Hart. Like, he's just so annoying. But he's a great player to have when he's on your team. I think that's like the saying they say, love to have him on your team, but hate to play against him.
Yep.
I think Josh Hart's like the epitome of that. But I do think the story is, and rightfully so, is Wemby. As far as I'm concerned, he tied Wilt Chamberlain's record. He made a 3. They called it off. I don't care. He scored 45. But yeah,
they didn't call a block back, did they? They counted that block on Brunson.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They went back and they went back and looked at it. It was originally a goaltend, but then they went back and no, that was a legit block.
But yeah, he had 45. I don't care. He had 45. In my heart,
they for sure should have counted that for sure.
He had 45. I'm gonna stand on that. But yeah, I think like I said a few days ago, he's the best 20-year-old I've ever seen. And he seems to be getting better day after day. And I think we're at the point now where he's pretty clearly a top 10 player in the NBA. Like, he's pretty
talk
clearly
more.
A top 10 player in the NBA to me.
It's very obvious. Yeah.
Does anybody have any objections?
The only way I think you can say he's not is if you just think he's too young. But like in terms of like how good he actually is, like he's clearly a top 10 player to me. Like, I don't think it's close. I don't see how you can say there's 10 players better than Wemby.
Chill, you want to go ahead and cue it up? No, I'm talking about you want to start the countdown. Go. This is what you do. Go. Start from the top. Jokic.
Joker.
Yeah, he better than Wemby. He better than Wemby.
Joker. Giannis. Jason Tatum. SGA.
Even Jason Tatum though.
Anthony Davis.
Sure.
Yeah, chill. What? No, but Marv, it's sure, but it's
because I know
now
we're
you
not
gotta
going to
start
get to
pausing
10.
though.
I know we're not going to get to 10, so I'll let AD fly. But we're getting to the point where like I'll have an AD versus Wemby conversation. Like right now, I'll have that conversation.
All right, so Marsh, check this out.
Wow.
From now to the rest of the season, you get Wemby or you get Anthony Davis on the Rockets. Who do you want?
That's a silly question. On the Rockets, I want Wemby, but that's entirely
As a Lakers, we picking Wemby over AD 1,000%.
But
yes,
I'm fine with saying AD because that's 6 and we're still
not in the future, Dion. No, I ain't talking about 5 years down the road. I'm talking
right
about
now. Chill.
Right now,
Today.
yes.
You take Anthony Davis off the lineup and put Wemby in the
We're not going to
lineup.
get to 10.
Yes.
We're not going to get to 10. So carry on, chill. We're at 6 with AD. We're not going to get to 10.
We're at 6 with AD. KD.
You can have KD.
Okay. KD. Let's see. Curry. Okay, no Curry. Donovan Mitchell. Okay, no Donovan Mitchell.
You gotta put Bron in there though. Bron's definitely
Dion gonna want to get Bron. That's fine.
You gotta put Bron in there though.
All right, go ahead. You can get Bron.
He averaged 9 assists. I mean, you see what he did.
I'll give you James.
We'll grandfather him in since we grandfather KD in
I'm
too.
not bothered to start debating Dion on Wemby versus LeBron. So he can.
I'll give you James.
That's 10.
Yeah, he can have.
Okay.
Well, no, because I didn't agree to Donovan Mitchell or
Curry. You didn't.
Donovan Mitchell, Curry.
You didn't even like Anthony Davis.
I didn't like Kevin Durant, but
you didn't like Anthony.
He's grandfathered in just like LeBron. So let's keep it pushing.
Like that right there, that's 8, and then obviously like
anywhere he goes.
If you give Joel Embiid a working knee, then like.
Okay. So we.
I didn't say Embiid because Embiid's been out of the lineup. That's why I didn't say Leonard because Leonard has been out of the lineup also.
We seen Joel last night though. We seen Joel. He looked good last night. That was his best game of the season that I've seen at least.
Yes.
But you know what it reminds you? You know what it reminds me of though? Okay, you know how Chris Paul for the longest time was better than Stephen Curry? You know what I'm saying? Then once Stephen Curry got better than Chris Paul, it was never no looking back. I feel like now that Wemby's better than Joel Embiid, there will never be a time period again that Joel's better than Wemby. I think since he's clipped him now, I think it's going like this.
You think Wemby's better than Joel Embiid today?
Yeah, I've been saying it. Yeah, I told you guys before the season started, he's better. Yeah,
before the season.
Yes, I think Wemby's better than Joel Embiid. Yeah,
I disagreed with him then, and I still disagree. But Wemby's top 10.
Stop right there, Mars, because we what makes Wemby better than Joel Embiid today outside of injury?
He plays better defense. He's averaging 4 blocks a night. Then on top of that, you have Wemby averages 3 to 4 blocks a night. Yeah, he does.
That's rim protecting. That's not all defense though. That's not just.
I think Wemby's a better defender, Joel Embiid. I'm taking Wemby on defense. I feel like Wemby takes up more space inside the paint. He's just bigger. He's longer. You know what I'm saying? He can contest a shot a lot better than Joel Embiid as well. Then you talk about offense. I mean, Joel Embiid at his peak, at his top, is better than Wemby, but I just feel like Wemby still can bring that element to offense that Joel Embiid can. He can stretch the floor out. He gets the mid-range shot. He can shoot the three-point shot as well. And on top of it, he does have a post game. So it's not that far off for me to be like, okay, Joel Embiid is better than Wemby. And then you have to factor in health, and that's a big factor. Wemby just being healthy, being there, being available makes him better than Joel. I mean, that's the main thing.
If that's the divide, I got no problem. But when we're talking about with Joel Embiid on the floor, we're talking about with Joel Embiid playing. I'm not taking Wemby over Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid stretches the defense. I think he's better in the mid-range. I think he's better on the box. I think he's a better one-on-one player. I think he's better in the post. On defense, as good as Wemby is as a rim protector, and that's what I'll 100% give him. I still don't think that he understands defense yet. I think he's getting there. I think Joel Embiid in the paint, I think he does take up a lot more space. I do think that he's a better rebounder.
Wait. We're not saying Joel's a better defender than Wemby, are we?
That's what he's trying to say. I disagree.
Because he's not. Because he's not.
He
might be bigger and he might take up more space, but he's just not. But he's not as mobile as Wemby. He doesn't cover as much ground.
That's not true.
Joel be out there hobbling and limping and
that's the health issue. That's the health issue. Okay, that's the health. That's the health.
That is a issue. It doesn't matter if it's a health issue. It doesn't matter if the boy got 2 right feet. It don't matter if he's missing a big toe. He still can't move out there. That's the thing. Wemby moves. He might not be as smart, but Wemby still be out there moving. Wemby
even at their best,
Wemby close out to a 3-point shooter and get back to the paint. Joel can't. He's just not mobile.
No, he's not mobile. No, he's not. Even at their best, though, Wemby's still a better defender than Joel Embiid. I mean, offense, I'll take Joel Embiid, I guess. But I think Wemby's a better three-point shooter than Joel. I mean, Joel can shoot the three, but Wemby's taking, bro, he took what? He took 16 last night. He's a shooter. I mean, he's made more threes than all the top three-point shooters of all time since this time period, since he started his career. So, I mean, give it about a year or two, he's gonna be better on offense too. And I just feel like Wemby's just a more complete player. I can depend on Wemby a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I think Wemby cares about winning a lot more than Joel Embiid. I think Wemby cares about basketball more than Joel Embiid. I just think Joel Embiid has completely shut itself off, and I just think Wemby's a better player right now as we speak.
I think the divide is the health. That's the reason why we're talking about Joel Embiid the way we're talking about him. If Joel Embiid, I mean, this was just a short season and a half ago, less than 18 months, where Joel Embiid was in the conversation for being the best player in the world. He was in that conversation when he was the league MVP, when he was leading the league in scoring for the second straight year. He was in that conversation. The fact that he hasn't been healthy, that's what the divide is. And now that I'm going off a guy in Wemby who, for all intents and purposes, isn't nearly as polished as Joel Embiid is, and not even close. But you're telling me that today he's better than him off the strength of Joel Embiid not being healthy. I will give you that. 100%, I'll give you that. But I can't say, but if we're taking that off the table, because we can't take that off the table. That matters. The fact that you're not available, that 100% matters, because I do the same thing with Kawhi Leonard. So if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to do that with Kawhi Leonard, I got to do the same thing with Joel Embiid. So if we're going to use that if we're going to use that logic, then I have to give, if that's the divide, then I have to give that to Wemby in that aspect. But I think that Wemby, in terms of a basketball player, I think he's way more polished than Wemby is. The health is the biggest issue right now.
This version of Joel Embiid right now, and I'm talking about with injuries, everything, where does he place himself among the centers in today's league? Like, is he top 5 right now? Would you guys put him top 5? I mean, is he still top 5? You know, he's injured. Or y'all got him like top 10? Like, where's Joel Embiid right now? Because I know Jokic's better, Wemby better. Who else? I think AD's better. Like, where would Joel Embiid sit right now with all the centers inside the league? Because
right now, again, he hasn't been available. So because he hasn't been available, that stuff matters. Same thing with Kawhi Leonard. Because he hasn't been available, I feel like that knocks him down. Like, we can't just go off of talent. If you're not here, then it doesn't matter how good you are in terms of a talent. You're not here. So when you're talking about 5 men, I mean, Sabonis, Bam, AD, Joker, Wemby. When you're talking about 5 men,
Cat, Rudy.
Cat, Rudy.
You got Rudy over. You got Rudy over Joel Embiid, right? I don't think
if he's available, cool. But if it's like Kawhi, you can't even rank Kawhi. Like if we were like who's the best small forwards, Kawhi can't even be on the list at all. Like Joel could be on the list because he plays.
He has played.
He doesn't play like very consistently at all. And then like Ron said, he's hobbled a lot, but he's still a force down there. It's just nothing like it was. It's nothing like it was last year, or nothing like it probably will be if he heals up a little more this year. Like I'm sure if Joel's at 80% or more, he's a problem for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
the biggest problem, Ox, I mean, when I think about Wemby, I still think about I think he's a work in progress, a huge work in progress. As good as he is right now, I think he's going to be much better in 2-3 years once he learns how to play the game and the game slows down. When he understands defenses more, when he understands positioning, when he understands all of this stuff, I think he's going to be much better. A lot of the stuff that he's doing right now is going off of talent. Like, he still doesn't understand positioning in terms of drop coverage, in terms of switching and communicating and stuff like that. But he's still great. He's still awesome, but I don't think that he's nearly as polished as Joel Embiid. But the separation
it's weird too.
If Joel Embiid was healthy, it wouldn't be a conversation.
But I don't think it would be.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
I mean, Ron, he put 70 on him.
That was last year. That was last year when he was a rookie.
Joel, he's a top 5 player.
What are you talking about, Ron?
This is what I'm talking. Chill. He did that when this boy was 19 years old. He's 20 now.
Are you talking about 1 year?
Chill. He's 20 now. 20 and 19 ain't the same.
He still can't stop it.
No, but here's also the thing. I'm not saying he's gonna stop Joel. I'm not saying he's gonna stop Joel. But I know one thing: Joel can't stop him either. That's so. Let's put that out there into the universe, and everybody let that settle in. But also, too, here's what I do want to mention. Here's what I do want to mention. Wemby has jumped possibly 2, maybe 3 tiers just between last year and this year. And Chill, what I need you to stop doing, and we have talked about this before. can you please stop judging Wemby off what he's going to be? Let's just talk about who Wemby is today. Okay, maybe he doesn't know how to post up. Maybe he hasn't learned the tricks of the trade. Maybe he doesn't know how to rotate on defense and set a proper screen and whatever.
Sure.
But right now, what Wemby does, I don't think it's a single player that checks every single aspect of the game or as many aspects of the game as he does. He impacts the game in so many ways that it's ridiculous. And remember, we had the passing list, and I was telling you guys, no, Wemby should at least be in the good tier. Wemby made some reads last night. Some of the oops he was throwing to Sohan, some of the high-low reads he was making, catching the ball, taking one dribble, finding people. Wemby got vision too. Wemby sees the game at a very good level. He has great vision. So I'm saying, like, right, it's not too many people that impact the game in as many ways as Wemby. I don't think it is anybody.
I mean, he's a great free throw. Over his last 10 games, he's shooting 91% from the free throw. I mean, that's insane for a guy of his him being 7 foot, shooting freaking 91% from the free throw line. I mean, he averaged 28.5 points. I mean, over 10 rebounds. This guy's insane, dude. Wemby's insane.
100% he is. And the reason why I talk about him, about what he's going to be, because you guys talk about him, what he is now, like what he's going to be. He's not that yet.
Oh, no. If we talk about him now like what he's going to be, we'd say he's the best player in the league and he's the best player ever. We're saying he's top 10 because we're talking about him right now. If we spoke about what he's going to be, he'd be in Jokic talks. He'd be in Giannis talks. That's how good he's going to be.
I think that's how good he's going to be. I do.
Chill. We're talking about right now, there's not 10 players better. Right now, he's 20.
I just watched Wemby damn near single-handedly take care of the New York Knicks, who are a second or third best team in the East, top 5 team in the league. I watched Wemby walk into the Garden by himself, and credit to Chris Paul, credit to Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy had a good game. But I watched Wemby go in there and dominate these dudes. Karl Anthony Towns is literally in MVP conversations. He walked in there, gave them 42 points, 18 rebounds, dominated on the defensive end, 4 blocks, gave you some assists too. Wemby was clearly, no debating, the best player in the Garden last night. That's Jalen Brunson in there. That's Karl Anthony Towns. That's even Mikal Bridges, how Mar said, playing like Kevin Durant. And the ghost of Kevin Durant took him over. Wemby was easily the best player on the floor.
I know we're not gonna get any time to do it. And I want to keep with the Wemby conversations. I just do want to shout out Mikal Bridges, the guy that got 41 and won the basketball game. But other than that, go ahead, Ron. Carry on.
He was sleeping. I gave him a little quick shout out too. He was sleeping. For sure.
I mean, that's 2 40-point ball. That's 2 40-point bombs for Wemby in the last 4 games. I mean, he's playing at a different apex right now, and I feel like he's getting better and better every game. And I want to say this real quick. Back to the when you're talking about how the maturity level for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid might be more mature than Victor Wembanyama on the court, but off the court, Victor is more mature than Joel Embiid. And what I mean by that is I haven't seen a player take care of their body as well since LeBron James when it comes to Wemby. I think Wemby does a great job. He has a great supporting cast around him to really take care of his body off the floor. I mean, like what he eats, how he trains, how he keeps his stretches going off the court before the games. That I haven't seen that type of player care about their body since LeBron when he first came into the league. So off the floor, he's even more mature than Joel Embiid right now as we speak.
Interesting.
Yeah, but chill. I just think you underestimating him.
No, I'm not. We just talked about him being a top 10 player. I'm listening to you dudes talk about Wemby. I know what he's going to be, and I know how good he is now. And again, I already reiterated my point that Joel Embiid, when he's healthy, he's a top 5 player in the game. Wemby is not a top 5 player in the game today.
He's not better than Joel. He's not better than Joel. Healthy Joel. He's still
that's
10.
The point.
He's still top 10.
That's the point, right? Okay, so you want to say that he's top 10? Like I said, when we ran down the numbers, anywhere between 8 and 10, okay, I'm cool with that because it got tricky around. It got tricky around 7 or 8. All right, anywhere around there. But he's not better than Joel Embiid. No, and Joel Embiid when he's healthy, is a top 5 player in the game, and Wemby is not better than him. He is not better than him. But the fact that
why is Wemby not top 5 right now, though? That's what I'm trying to say, though. Bro, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks a night. I mean, name 5 players that's giving you more production than that a night. There's not. How many teams are going to the arena of the Spurs and think they got the better teammate on their team than Wemby? I feel like majority of teams, when they go play Wemby, they feel like the Spurs have the best player on the court. There's not that many teams that's going into the Spurs saying, okay, we got the best player on the floor. Everyone collectively knows that it's Wemby the best player on the floor. Other than I'll say Jokic and guys like that. When they play the Celtics, they still think Wemby's the best player on the court. They just know that the Celtics have a better team. I promise you that.
I promise you that. The Celtics don't think that. The Celtics don't think that San Antonio got the best player on the floor. No, they don't. You can make your face like that.
I think the whole arena knows that Wemby's the best player on the floor.
I don't think a lot of teams think that, too. I don't think a lot of teams feel that way. I think a lot of teams feel like, man, they got this big-ass young boy, but this,
yes, give me a break.
Now he gonna get a lot of stats. We not tripping, though.
Right. So now all of a sudden, every team that walks in of outside of Joker, outside of Giannis, outside of Luka, outside of even
that's it. That's
every
it.
other team. So when the Lakers walk in the arena, yo, San Antonio got the best player on the floor. When Dallas walks in the arena, yo, San Antonio got the best player on the floor. When Oklahoma City walks in, yo, San Antonio, Wemby.
Okay, that's those 4 to 5 teams. That's it.
When Cleveland walks in the building,
when Cleveland walks in the building, Wemby's the best player in the arena. He's the best player in the whole state of Cleveland.
Yes.
Or the whole state of Ohio. Hey, same with New York too. Include the Knicks.
Wemby's better than Tatum right now as we speak. Wemby's better than Tatum. Tatum got the better team. Wemby's better than Tatum. Wemby's 1,000% better than Tatum. Yes, he is.
Hey, chill. This is all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna necessarily. I'm not gonna say Tatum. I'm gonna leave Joel out of this. AD, do want to have a conversation, but just out of respect, I'm gonna leave you out of this. But I'm just gonna say this, chill. He knocking on their door.
No, he ain't knocking on the door. Let's take it a step further than that. Let's take it a step further than that. Let me hear that knock again. No. Knock a little bit louder. It's louder. Yes, knock a little bit louder.
Hey,
sorry, Ron, the door's locked. Sorry, Ron, the door's locked.
Like he in the crib. I don't know, chill. The door open, but all I'm saying is I don't think, like what Ron said, I don't think the Cavaliers players know that. Like y'all, like everybody else might know that, but I don't think they know that. You know what I'm saying?
Evan Mobley is looking at Wemby like he's better than him. No,
I mean,
Donovan Mitchell is looking at Wemby like he's better than him.
The players are meant to think that they're the best. They say all the time, like that's fine, but like at the end of the day, he's still top 10.
Okay, Mars.
Is he better than Embiid? No. Is he better than Embiid? No. Is he better than Luka? No. Is he better than Giannis, Jokic? No. Like that's fine, cool.
Like when Orlando come down there, Mars.
Is he better than Shea? No. Outside of that, like I'm having a conversation with Wemby against anyone.
I don't think Paolo tripping on Wemby. You know what I'm saying?
None of them dudes are.
He knocking on Shea door too.
I'm about to say Shea. I wouldn't say Shea clearly better than Wemby. I'm gonna be honest. He got a better team.
Chet not tripping off Wemby though, Ron. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm not saying he is. He better not be. If they got championship aspirations, he better not be.
That was my point, Ron. I'm not saying that.
Dion made that statement. I didn't make that statement saying that these players think that he's better than them.
I understand who made the statement, but I'm just saying like he could be better than all these dudes. But I don't think they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like as a hooper, Paolo, Chet, these dudes, I don't know, but I don't think that these dudes are shook up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying.
Until you play them, bro.
As top tier athletes and top tier young players, you got to have a different type of arrogance, a different type of ego about you, and to think that somebody that's unproven, as good as Wemby is, he's a fantastic player. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't think Paolo.
Now I will tell you this though, Ron. When Wemby steps on the court with Chet, he really looking at Chet like, why is this dude out here?
And Chet looking at him the same way.
Why is this dude on the floor with me? I don't know what it is about Chet, and you might be right, Ox. You may be right, but there's something going on between both Wemby and Chet. And Wemby looks at Chet like, why is this dude on the floor with me? This dude ain't got nothing for me. Of all the guys in the league, this dude you put in front of me, he is nothing. I'm better than him, no doubt about that. Now, as far as everybody else, I think he's got a different level of respect for other guys, but I can see it when it comes to Chet. Like he really looks at Chet like this dude shouldn't be out here with me. No, y'all wasting your time.
That's how he was looking at Karl Anthony Towns last night.
We got to start saying Chet too. That game was at 12 o'clock. That was a matinee game. It wasn't last night, bro.
Yesterday. But
Thank you.
all right, y'all. We gonna move on to the next game. We got the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Before we get into that, though, you guys have sent through some super chats, so I'm gonna go ahead and address a few of those. Also, shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitter. Salute to you guys, and if you are on YouTube, make sure you slapping that like button. Kent Lipscomb Jr. said, "Get Champagny off the court, and please play Castle in the clutch." Kent Lipscomb Jr. also said, JC, that's Champagny, Keldon Johnson, and the Hawks' first-round pick this year for Jimmy. Jimmy in San Antonio?
That's a good wishful thinking.
JC, who's JC?
Champagne.
Champagne. Oh, Champagne. Oh, Champagne was the S. Yeah, Champagne.
Ishak Ira said, Jimmy went on First Take and said he wants to play with Kyrie over anybody in the league. Kyrie is highly respected. Jimmy won't have an issue. Clay and Kyrie are his draft mates. I love the addition.
I think it would work. Depends on what you give up.
Carlos Hernandez said, y'all got to watch more Mavs games. The Mavs are good because they have two centers. Who do the same? Because they have two centers who do the same and come in for each other. Who do the same and come in for each other when needed. I'm good on this trade.
I think I watched the Mavs. Thank you. Appreciate it.
They could be. I mean, they could be really good for another reason too. If they got Jimmy Butler.
Teflon Gunsmoke said, we gonna keep letting Chill hold Wemby back in convos because he doesn't think Wemby understands the game.
What do you mean holding him back? Where do I think where do you think I think Wemby is? That's my question. Where do you think I think
Wemby
Wemby?
Defender than Joel Embiid, apparently.
Yeah, that was crazy, Chill.
A worse defender than Joel Embiid? I'm saying that Joel Embiid, when he's healthy, is not. I don't think Wemby clears him. I think you guys overrate Wemby as a defender. I think he's a great rim protector, but he's got a lot of flaws in his game defensively. Yes, he does.
So do a lot of great rim protectors. They were still great defenders.
Right, and so is Joel Embiid. He's still a great defender.
For sure. There's
Right.
a difference between great defender and maybe the best defender in the league. So
right, and I don't think Wemby. I think Wemby is the best. I think you guys are talking about Wemby in that conversation because of how great he is as a rim protector, and you take all the other stuff out of it.
Yes. No, I think we acknowledge it. It's just when you're that great of a rim protector, it's like okay.
So if we doing that, we got to do this. I got to do the same thing with guys being exceptions. So like,
so it was done. I mean, that was what was done for Rudy Gobert 6 years ago. He was a great rim protector. He wasn't great at the other stuff, but he was a great rim protector. He was maybe the best defender in the league.
but he got better at that stuff though.
And he got better as a
became-
defender. That's fine.
Right.
But even at the time in 2018, 2019, he was maybe the best defender in the league. And he wasn't particularly great at the other stuff. He was a drop coverage big. He was a great rim protector. And obviously some people clown him. For sure he's better than Wemby in drop coverage. He's like the best drop coverage big I've ever seen.
Yes.
I'm not saying Wemby's as good as Rudy Gobert was. I'm saying Wemby right now, off rim protection alone, has a case to be the best defender in the league. And that doesn't factor in the fact that he's still in passing lanes, he's getting deflections, the rim deterrence. And then you factor in the fact that when he does switch out, like he still has like that level of deterrence where teams and people don't want to try to shoot over him just because of his block radius. So like he still does provide something. Now, is he the most fundamentally sound defender? No, I think he's actually pretty fundamentally poor. But I still think he's still able to impact the game defensively in a way that not many people can. And that's why I think he has a case to be the best defender in the league.
And
I probably wouldn't call him that because I think in a playoff setting, you could probably do some things to not take him out the game, but nullify him somewhat as opposed to like other defenders. But he's definitely in that conversation, and I think that conversation stops after like 5 names, and one of them isn't Joel Embiid.
Are there more? And why isn't it Joel Embiid in your estimation? And what I want to do, Mars, is I want to take health off the table because I want to make this now even. So when we talk about Joel Embiid, the space eater that he is, the glass cleaner that he is, how he can recover on defense, because I've actually seen him in terms of his switchability. To ask the question, how much big of a gap is there when we talk about Joel Embiid?
Defensively, I think it's noticeable. I think Embiid's another, like he's an exclusive drop coverage big. He's just really good in drop. He's like the second best drop defender in the NBA after Rudy, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like mobility, and even when he's healthy at this point, like the mobility isn't great. Teams don't ask him to switch for good reason. So he plays one coverage. He's a really good rim protector, but the motor's inconsistent. In the playoffs, it levels up, but he's still not a Wemby level rim protector. His defensive rebounding go up and down in terms of effort, putting a body on someone. And then he's also just not as active in terms of like deflections and playing the help side defense and stuff. And he just doesn't have the same area of impact as like Wemby does. He can't get to as many things as Wemby can do in terms of, like I said, block radius. He just doesn't have that sphere of influence. Yeah. So even though he's a great rim protector, he's not a Wemby level rim protector. Even though he's a great drop coverage defender, and I think he's better than Wemby in that regard, he still doesn't take away the rim as well as Wemby does. He doesn't have the same level of deterrence, and he doesn't have that switchability or versatility that the other great defenders like Anthony Davis do, to where I would still say I would take Anthony Davis over Wemby in a vacuum as opposed to Joel Embiid. He's more limited. So
no, I'm pretty confident that, and like you just brought up, when you just brought up him in terms of drop coverage, we play a lot of pick and roll in the NBA, and because we play a lot of pick and roll in the NBA, it's very important to be able to guard in that aspect and be able to be a drop coverage big, because a lot of teams, because they run that offense, I mean, you're able to get open shots, and they're able to exploit that sort of stuff. So when I think about Joel Embiid, when he was at the top of his game in terms of a defender, I think he finished second in Defensive Player of the Year in 2018 behind Rudy Gobert. If I'm not mistaken, was it second or third? It was either second or third that year.
Like 6 years ago he came second.
Yeah, and to your point, when you brought up Rudy Gobert, Joel Embiid at that point was a much better drop coverage defender. He was a much better defensive rebounder. I think what hampered him was his injuries. I think that killed his mobility. Now you talk about Wemby in terms of him being a recovery defender. That's largely due to his size. Now I'm not gonna fault him for that. Sure, he's 7.5 feet tall. I'm not going to fault him for his size. But what I can say is I could use the same logic with Joel Embiid because of how big he is. And I don't mean just because he's 7 feet. I'm talking about the space eater that he is, and the rim protector that he is. When you're talking about him people trying to get to the rim and dunk over the top of him, I haven't really seen that nearly as much. I haven't seen that with Wemby, but I still think that Wemby is improving at that. But I think that Joel Embiid, when we're talking about an interior defender at his apex, I think he's a lot better than you're giving him credit for.
I think I give him more credit than most. I just think you bringing up his apex 6 years ago doesn't really matter to what he is now.
Well, you brought up.
Yeah, I spoke about how Rudy Gobert was viewed back then because he was a flawed defender, but he had one superpower. And so I'm not saying that's Rudy Gobert now. I'm saying when I compare Wemby to Joel Embiid now, what he was 6 years ago isn't relevant. I think that's a false equivalence because I'm not making the same point about Rudy Gobert then as I am now. I was just saying that there were guys who were primary rim protectors who were viewed as maybe the best defender in the league. That's why I went to Rudy Gobert then. But when it comes to Embiid, I think the biggest thing would just be motor. And I don't think motor is an injury thing. I think motor is an offensive responsibility thing. And Wemby has great offensive responsibility, but his defensive motor is higher. And yeah, and a lot of it might be physical tools and physical profile. Yeah, Wemby might not be, like I said, as I think his discipline's improved, but like might not be as like aware and smart as Embiid has shown to be defensively. But when you have the tools he has, he just doesn't have to be. Like, it's the same reason why Steph Curry is such a great shooter. Yeah, he might not have the best shot selection, but when you shoot like Steph, you just don't have to. Like, it really just doesn't matter that much. Like, Embiid has to be a better decision maker and has to be in the right position more often than not on defense. And he's a 7'1", 280-pound man, but he still has to because he doesn't have the profile that Wemby does. So Wemby can be less fundamentally sound and still be better just because he has that physical profile. Like it might be unfair. It might be like
100%.
He might be less skilled, but like when you have that physical profile, it makes life easier. That's the point of having those physical tools. And I think Wemby is like by far the best rim protector in the sport. Like Embiid was a really good rim protector and he was a top 5 rim protector. And even now when he's fully healthy, he probably is still in around the top 5, but Wemby is the best rim protector in the sport, in my opinion. So that's quite a sizable gap.
All right, y'all. I'm running a poll right now. Who would win in a 1-on-1 game to 15? The Grinch or Santa Claus? You guys go vote on that, and when you get done, like the video too. I got one more super chat I want to read, and then we are going to get to this Timberwolves and Mavericks game. Multi Kenny, a Hall of Famer, a GOAT over here. He's been a member for, says 5 months, but it's been much longer than that. He's been a Hall of Famer for much longer than that. Multi Kenny said, happy holidays to the panel and all the goofies in the chat. Thankful for family and good health. Also, thankful for Chill's historical knowledge, Mars' logic and mind, Ron being a greater than host, Ox being real, and Pin and Swiper sneak disses.
He not grateful for anything.
Hey, to the dude in the chat, just so you know, only my friends call me by my first name. Relax. Only my friends call me by my first name. You and me ain't friends. So Do not refer to me as my first name. You are not my friend.
All right, fellas.
The Grinch is cooking Santa Claus. Oh, he got that dog in him.
Yeah.
He got that dog in him.
All right, let's get into
Santa
this
Claus
game.
ass.
Also, during the last hour of the show, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a draft, and I think it's going to be a pretty good draft. I think it's going to be interesting. So I can't wait to get around to that. But let's talk about this Wolves in Mavs game. The Wolves ended up winning 105-99. As we do know, Luka Doncic got hurt in the second quarter, and Kyrie kind of took over and brought them back in the game. Kyrie ended up scoring 39 points, but it wasn't enough to close the gap that the Wolves had built. And the Wolves eventually ended up winning, in large part behind Anthony Edwards, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And Julius Randle also had a double-double, almost a triple-double. He had 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Mm-hmm. Only one who went to the stripe in the fourth quarter. Nobody else got to the free throw line except Julius Randle. But I think the difference in that game was the fourth quarter. I mean, he doubled Minnesota's production. And we talk about Minnesota's offense all the time, which is their biggest problem. When the game slows down, when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, and Anthony Edwards has to read defenses more, he has to get downhill and make the right play. He's still deficient in that. And the fact that Minnesota yesterday allowed Dallas to speed the game up, which is, I feel like, where Kyrie Irving is the best when he's in the open floor. The fact that he was able to speed the game up. Their transition defense was garbage. They couldn't find him in transition, and he got busy, and that's where the momentum swung. And that's why they were able to get back in the game. Luckily, Anthony Edwards was able to put together 2 or 3 stretches where he was able to score and keep them at bay. But for the most part, their offense is still their biggest issue. And the fact that Luka didn't play the second half, I mean, that I think that's a telltale sign of how good this Dallas team really is. If they can keep Luka healthy, I think I like this Dallas team. But I like what I saw from Minnesota yesterday, even though their offense in the fourth quarter isn't very good. I still like what I saw from them.
Dion?
Yeah, man. So I'm looking here right now, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves haven't scored over 110 points since they played the Rockets early in the season. Even though they got the win yesterday, to agree with you, Chill, their offense is abysmal. I mean, they have no identity, like he said. They're not even getting 110 points. A lot of teams average 111, 112 points a game.
I think the league average is like 113, something like that. 114. Yeah. I think that's league average, something like that.
So for them to not be able to score 110 is real concerning. And another key thing I want to mention is that it's kind of interesting to me that when the Karl Anthony Towns left that team, their defense has plummeted the way it did. I mean, they're ranked number 13 in the league right now. I mean, they're behind the New York Knicks, and last year they was above the New York Knicks. So I think the common denominator is Karl Anthony Towns, and it's not so much of Rudy Gobert. Cat was an unsung hero on the defensive end last year for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now he's one of the great defenders on the New York Knicks. So I'm not liking this Minnesota team. They got a dub yesterday, but overall, I'm really concerned about them going forward.
I mean, they lost 3 straight coming into this game. It wasn't like they were rolling coming into this game. They lost 3 straight. I think the scheme is different. I was not giving Cat as much credit because how good Rudy was, and I understand, Cat is another one of those guys who he really struggles on the defensive end in a lot of areas. But when you want a great defensive team with guys like Jaden McDaniels on the perimeter, with guys like Alexander Walker and Rudy Gobert, he could clean up a lot of your messes. But when you have a guy who, like Julius Randle, who I'm up here campaigning for Julius Randle, and then I see him in switches where he doesn't know who to switch on. He doesn't know when to get around screens. He doesn't know how deep to drop when he's in drop coverage. He does know how to rebound. He will do that. 100% he does that. He doesn't know how to speed the game. When we're talking about in terms of defense, his hands don't stay as busy as I'd like for them to be. I mean, that's a major problem for this team. And it's not just him. I mean, we're also talking about Mike Conley being long in the tooth too. So I think he struggles at the point guard position.
I just feel like, though, with the amount of defenders Rudy Gobert has in that squad, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, he has enough for them to still be a top 5 defensive team in the league right now. They're not going to be getting it down the offensive end. They need to be a top 5 defensive team inside the league. We're talking about a guy that won multiple defensive player of the year awards that you guys try to say that he claimed that he deserved all of them. But in reality, he's not as good as a defender as you guys made it seem, and is getting shown this season. I mean, the fact is he has all these guys on the perimeter that can lock up all the talented guards around the league, and they're bottom of the 13th. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Dion, that's not
what's
fair.
going on inside of Minnesota.
Dion, that's not fair because we've seen him multiple times do it with less than defenders. Not only have we seen him do it with less than defenders, with this Minnesota team, when he's off the floor, they're not nearly as good. So they've already fell to an above average defensive team. With him off the floor, they're not even close to that. And we have to talk about how much these guys on the perimeter. Jaden McDaniels isn't nearly the defender that he was last year when he was a first team all-league defender. He's not playing like that this year. That is not going on. And I don't think that has anything to do with schemes, because when you talk about schemes have nothing to do with getting around screens. Schemes have nothing to do with you being an on-ball defender and being able to anticipate and understand where a guy's going, because you do watch film. So Jaden McDaniels, who's probably their best perimeter defender, who we've been talking about this last season, as arguably the best perimeter defender in the game, he hasn't been playing up to that level. So when you got guys like that, DiVincenzo, who gets on the floor, who's one of the better dirty work guys in the league and one of the better perimeter defenders when he's playing hard, he's not playing up to snuff neither. So I don't think this is all on Rudy. And when you take Rudy off the floor, how much worse they are, I think that has a lot to do with the personnel too.
Yeah, but would you guys like to talk on this game?
I think the Timberwolves overall deserve to win. I think they did enough in the first half to where they could hold on and win. I think Julius Randle had one of his better games offensively. I think he was making quicker decisions, which was nice to see. The ball wasn't sticking to him as much, which was nice. Anthony Edwards still heavily relying on obviously making threes and stuff, but when he needed to, he got to the rim, which was nice seeing him get to the basket against the Dallas defenses that stopped him from doing that last year in the playoffs. I still think Nikhil has been probably their.
You can say it, Mars. He's their best perimeter defender. Yes.
Well, yeah, he's for sure their best perimeter defender. I was just trying to see if I think he's their third best player this season. But he's been great. He's been great. I'll just say that he's been great this season. But for me, the story, like, Kyrie Irving is just basketball poetry, man. You watch Kyrie and it's just like,
he's so.
If you've never watched basketball before, and you just imagine like the perfect basketball player, I think you imagine someone who plays like Kyrie. I think that's like, if you could give the most random person, who do you think is the perfect basketball player? They would imagine someone who plays like Kyrie. Scores with both hands, scores from all over the floor. The handle is obviously second to none. The amount of left-handed floaters I'm seeing him make is ridiculous. The tough shot making, all every level of the floor. It's amazing to watch Kyrie, especially when he has it going, like in the second half last night. When Kyrie has it going, it's just something poetic about it, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, Kyrie, definitely an all-star this year. I had him on one of my all-NBA teams in terms of how well he's playing. I know a lot of people say like the best Kyrie was the Kyrie in Cleveland, because like obviously he went to the finals and he won and stuff. I think the Kyrie we've seen the last 4 or 5 years, I think this is the best Kyrie's ever been. Like since he went to Brooklyn, I think this is the best Kyrie's ever been. So from like decision making, Kyrie, I don't think Kyrie's ever been better than this. I think the skill is at maximum capacity. The off-ball game is wonderful. I think the difference is he's not as fast as he used to be. So like he's not getting to the rim like he used to in Cleveland. But in terms of like the touch around the basket is still amazing. The skill, the mid-range shot is all the way refined. The three-point shot is
playing good defense too. He played some good ass defense on Ant last
like
night.
it yesterday.
He's for sure better defensively than he was in Cleveland. Like for me, Kyrie from 2021 to now, that's the best Kyrie we've seen. I know he didn't win, but that's the best Kyrie's ever been.
Is it possible that Kyrie's one of those people that came into the league the same way they've always just been like this? Just ain't got too much, ain't got too much better, ain't got too much worse. He just cold and just been.
I think he just refined what he was. Like I think he's been like, you go back and watch, like I know like the Cavs in like 2012 and 13, they just sucked. But if you go back and watch Kyrie, like a lot of things were similar. Like, I think the shot selection was worse, but I think some of that is just to do with like who else is really going to shoot for real. So like the shot selection was worse, but in terms of like play style and the handle and getting to where he wants on the floor and all of those things, like Kyrie's been Kyrie for a really long time. But I as of recent, I think
Cleveland Kyrie was different. Though, I'm gonna be honest, but
he's just become more refined, in my opinion. And I think the refinement of his game, I think, has made him a better player. And I do probably think he's better
out there carrying Brian big ass.
Nah, he wasn't a carrier, but I just, you know what I'm saying, like you said, but his decision making is at an all-time high. You know, on the Mavs, he had an all-time high with his decision making. But in Cleveland, bro was just faster, more explosive. You know what I'm saying? He got to his crossover a little bit faster. You know, he played above the rim a lot better in Cleveland as well. You know, I just thought he had more of a killer instinct too in Cleveland that he just doesn't have as much as he does now. But I mean, other than that, he's still a great player with the Dallas Mavericks. But I just think Cleveland Kyrie was just different, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that because like that quickness and ability to just like now he gets by people with smarts and like just intelligence and understanding angles. Right. But back then he had like the intelligence, but he was also just like quicker than you. So like he was still beating you to the spot.
The athleticism was still there.
So like I can definitely understand that. Like similar to the Wemby stuff. Like he just had better physical tools like 7-8 years ago. So
but the way he's just lining people up though. Like when he dribbling, just how he makes a slight move to make you adjust or change your hips, change your stance, just cooking you like that. It's methodical. You know what I'm saying? He making people look dumb out there. I mean, he's always done that, but it's just way different.
Playing out a triple threat like he mellow. Like, come on, man. It's amazing.
Post, Mars. In the post, amazing. On the box.
Yeah. He got one of them double jabs. He got one, you know, the tap, not even the jab, just the tap and go. Man, he go. Kyrie different, bro. I love
Not many people can score at his size, scoring with no dribbles. When you got a handle like him, and he's scoring with no dribble, he like the most or second most skilled offensive player ever. Is that a hot take? I don't know.
With handles, but if you include in passing, he moved down the list. Like you include in passing,
I still think he's an extremely skilled passer anyway. And
I just wish he was 6'6". That's all. I just wish he was 6'6".
If he was 6'6", moving like this,
it wouldn't be fair. No, Ox, it wouldn't be fair with that kind of handle and that kind of. It wouldn't be fair if he was 6'6". No.
Yeah.
All right.
He amazing.
All right.
And a quick side note. I know we got to move on around. Quick side note. Good. Ox, just so you know, Santa Claus is backing down Grinch, and I think he putting that body on him. I think he's gonna weigh him down.
It depends. So, because he
hitting with all type of drop steps and pump fakes and up and unders. Santa Claus got that Kevin McHale game, huh?
Yeah, I think he's gonna win.
He don't got that type of footwork.
Yeah, he do.
But I'm saying, so if it's because I only play make it take it, so I know sometimes y'all play loser take. If it's loser take, it's bad. It's bad for Santa Claus.
The thing about it is, the Grinch play defense like Pat Bev.
Either way,
and he got bounced too. You just know that. If the Grinch get a step on you.
Now but the Grinch the type to get a step on you and wait for you. Like, come on, come get this. He's not gonna blow by you and go finish. He's gonna get by you, take a step, slow down, and get up in the air. Grab your head like, come here.
Some Blake Griffin, okay.
Yeah.
But all right, Santa fast though. I mean, he delivered, all the presents to every house though in one night. So he might be more faster than the Grinch too, and he's stronger. So we'll see about that.
And you be forgetting, like everyone be praising like the Grinch, like he be getting like hella steals and stuff, but like Santa be taking them cookies too. So like let's not forget that. Like,
hey,
this gonna be a defensive matchup. Like that's also like
them hands is busy, Ox. Them hands is busy with Santa. Yes, they are.
Chill's funny though. I'm talking to my son and my niece, and I'm trying to explain to them like, we got to stop praising Santa Claus for breaking and entering. That's a B&E. That's a.
But wait a minute though. Okay, here's the difference. The B&E, I ain't taking none. I'm actually giving something. It ain't like I'm breaking in your crib and coming off. No, and it ain't like I'm coming in your crib and posting up. I'm coming in your crib. I'm dropping something off and I'm bouncing.
Right. But chill. That's all I'm explaining to them. They're like, well, he didn't take nothing. I said, well, it's a B&E. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking and entering. It ain't burglary, but it's breaking and entering. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. You somebody dress up in all red and run up in the house.
Now
You
remember
praising
too,
this?
I really didn't break in your crib. I mean, the chimney is access. That's an access point. Ain't like I kicked the door down. Right?
Also,
Ain't like
I mean, if
Chill,
anyone else used that as a point, I still think they're getting.
Chill. Also, nah, because you expecting Santa.
I'm
Why you
reaching,
think he's
Mars. I was
stealing the
reaching-
cookies?
I was reaching
And
with
Mars, he's
that.
actually not
Exactly.
stealing the cookies. You leaving them out for him.
You left them out there.
Yeah,
for
you
me.
leaving the
And-
bonus.
and
bro.
a glass
It's the
of
same
milk.
thing. You leaving
So
the
I
bonus.
wish somebody
Man,
leave
the
me a
judge-
glass of milk.
Woo! Hey, I got one for you. Anyways, the judge, the judge,
Call me after this.
the judge giving football numbers for that. Coming in the house
He
at
ain't
2
trying
in the
to hear
morning. Somebody home. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to the next game of the night. We had the Sixers and the Celtics. And behind Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid's stellar performances, the Sixers beat the Celtics finally by a score of 118 to 114. Tyrese Maxey had 33 points, 12 assists, 3 steals. That was Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid, 27 points, 9 rebounds. Joel looked more like Joel last night. And on the other end, Jason Tatum had 32 points and 15 rebounds. Fellas, talk to me about this game. I thought it was a great game. How y'all feeling about this?
Two things really quickly, and I'm not gonna say nothing else. Number one, I think the difference in the game was at the league guard spot, but I'm putting it out there, and we need to get to the bottom of it. When are we going to start to have a conversation about Paul George? When? Because I'm ready to do it right now.
There's no conversation.
I'm ready to do it
everyone up
right
here
now.
acknowledged he's washed.
He's
I
washed.
just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think everyone up here
when-
acknowledged that. I acknowledged that like 6 months ago. Like didn't like him on the Clippers last year. So like shout out to Paul George though. He got his money. Like shout out to him. The Sixers invested in him. I hated what he was doing for the Clippers last year. I don't like it. Even this year, I think defensively he's actually been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give Paul George credit. I think
Not terrible.
I think defensively he's actually been pretty good, but offensively it's just like if he's not making jumpers, he's not.
There's nothing.
He just doesn't do much. But anyway, in the name of the game, yeah, I think overall I still think the Sixers deserve to win. They tried to give the game away at the end.
They did.
Tyrese Maxey had a great game and then decided for like a minute to just forget how to play basketball and turn the ball over like 3 straight times. I don't know what happened there, but other than that, I still think Tyrese Maxey had a great game. I think Joel Embiid overall played pretty well. He made 4 threes. You made 4 threes, 3 threes.
Yes, he went 4 for 7 at the long ball line.
That's
And Mars,
definitely-
you and I had a conversation yesterday. My issue is I'm the wincing. That's probably I just want to see him play. Every time when I see him and I see him limping, I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of this. I want to see him just be available, and I don't want to see the limping and him dragging himself. I'm so sick of seeing that from him. I just want to see him be available so I can see the real Joel Embiid, because I'm on record saying this. I think he's good enough that he can take a team to the NBA championship and win it. I think he's that good. The problem is he made a glass. And every time I see him wincing, I'm worried that here we go again. I'm going to lose him for 3 weeks. I'm going to lose him for a month. I'm going to lose him for 2 weeks. Every time I see him do that he's going to go out of the lineup. That's why I'm so sick of seeing that. That's why I said that yesterday.
He'd be in a bit of pain. I mean, it's hard to keep a straight face when some hurts. So like he just be in a bit of pain. But he finished the game.
You saw what happened before the game though. Like
Yeah, he twisted his
That was
ankle.
crazy.
I mean, maybe he shouldn't even have been out there. But he played, and I think overall he played pretty solid. Maxey I think was great. Obviously the Celtics made a conscious effort to say Caleb Martin's gonna have to beat us from 3, guarding him with the bigs and such, and trying to help in the paint, and then rotate to him after. And he beat him. Mazzulla bet on Martin not being able to do so, and he lost the bet. That's all it was. What was he, 7 for 9 from 3? He banked one in. Like, you know, when everything's going for you. I'm sure if they play again, I'm pretty sure that Joe Mazzulla will just say, I bet he won't beat us twice.
Yeah,
like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same principle. So on this game, yeah, I think overall Philly deserved to win. I think Boston played a solid game in general. I think Boston played a solid game. Obviously Porzingis not finishing the game, no Drew Holiday. So there's things that's like you can accept that this wasn't a full strength Boston team. Peyton Pritchard didn't have a good game at all. But in general, yeah, I think Philly just deserved to win. Maxey, just he did.
The Celtics really missed Drew Holiday at the league.
He did what was required. But yeah, they missed Drew Holiday. I Maxey and Caleb Martin the only ones who scored in the fourth, or am I forgetting people? I might be forgetting people. The only people I remember scoring is Caleb Martin.
I didn't see anything from Kelly O. I didn't see anything from Kelly O.
Like made shots, not free throws.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
I know Joel and Paul George made free throws.
I think Lowry hit that jump shot over Cornette, but that was in the third quarter. That wasn't in the fourth. I don't think that was in the fourth. That was in the third quarter. But
Reggie Jackson got a tip in. I know that Reggie Jackson got a tip in.
They really missed Drew. They really, because even as switchable as the Celtics were, none of those dudes were able to stay in front of Maxey. He was able to get downhill and get into the teeth of the defense and get to the rim whenever he wanted. I think Drew would have made a difference there. The fact that KP got hurt, I think that also hampered them too, because now you don't have a rim protector. You do not have a rim protector. And to your point, Mars, and now I don't think he's as consistent as a rim protector as KP is. But to your point, and I think that Al Horford is to Joel Embiid what Big Country is to Shaq. I think that in 10 years, in 15 years, when you ask Joel Embiid who was his toughest matchup, he's going to say Al Horford was the one who gave me the most problems. That includes Joker and all of them and all of those guys. I think he's going to say
Al Horford guards Giannis like better than most people as well. Like the two most dominant forces of this decade, and Al Horford might be the best defender for both of them.
Well, that's why he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, Mars. That's why he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, right there.
Yeah.
If he goes into the Hall of Fame before Horace Grant, I'm gonna lose my mind.
He better than Horace Grant.
Go ahead back. You fight that, Chill?
I do fight that. Yes, I do fight that.
Look, Chill, he might not be. You know, look, my thing is just because they got it wrong with Horace Grant, don't mean they need to get it wrong with Al Horford.
So make up for it for Hal. So make up for it with Hal.
I mean, get Horace still in the Hall of Fame, whatever. That's fine. But Al Horford is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Especially when you remember the Florida Gators.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about the standings here in a second, especially when we get to our draft. But I just want to let you guys know that the Philadelphia 76ers have now climbed over the Brooklyn Nets and are 11-17, and they are just 2 games behind the Detroit Pistons for the whopping 10th seed.
And the Bulls.
11-17.
They got the fourth longest. They got the fourth best 10-game streak out of the entire East right now. I mean, they're 7-3 of their last 10 games. Only teams doing better than that is the Knicks and then also the Cavaliers. Milwaukee Bucks are also 7-3. So look no further. The 76ers might be in the playoffs coming.
Now think about what you just said, Dion. Think about what you just said, and that's still only good enough for like 11th in the East. After
still, they're 2-3 games behind. I mean, now that Joel Embiid's back, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they can go on a good 5-game win streak. Now that's going to put them right back to the 7-6 seed. So, I mean, they're right there. I mean, give them another 20 games, they're going to probably be around like the 8th to 5th seed, I feel like. It's definitely possible. The East haven't been winning that many games this season, so it's not that hard to climb back from the 11th seed to the 8th seed. Not at all.
They're going to be a playing team.
But we're just cooked. Y'all niggas are haters.
You in the West, and y'all the 4-game losing streak. What do you mean? Y'all
Sacramento way different.
Y'all showing no life. No offense. Y'all showing no life. Y'all showing no life, bro, at all.
I mean, Ox,
we haven't had any injuries this year. You're right.
Ox, here's also the thing too, though. This is who is above the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons, the Bulls, the Pacers, and the Hawks. This is who are above you guys in the West. The Spurs, the Warriors, the Wolves, the Suns, and the Clippers.
You named 3 trash teams, but I'm just pointing out.
It's a little different though. But also too. Well, hold on. Who's a trash team? The Spurs and the Warriors?
The Warriors are trash. The Timberwolves are trash.
The Warriors are garbage.
But I'm not gonna call the Spurs trash. They got a top 10 player.
The Warriors are garbage.
But they're also not that great.
But those teams are better than the teams that I mentioned.
We're 4 games out the 5 seed, but no, all hope is lost.
Yeah, the West is so congested. Like all it takes is the Kings to have a good week and they're the 7th seed. It's like all the King. Like we need to stop saying what seeds these teams in the West are. We need to stop doing that. Like they're all that close. Like all it takes is one good week or one bad week.
Y'all just be so quick.
The Lakers right now are the 6th seed. The Lakers have a bad week next week. They're the 9th seed. Oh my God, the Lakers please.
The Warriors, 3 weeks ago, they were numero uno in the West. Number one, 3 weeks
we
ago.
don't need to-
Yeah,
the
they
season
were.
in the
Playing
West, like,
tournament.
it's not relevant. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
Playing
things change in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like
But-
5 to like 12. Like, I'm sorry, like none of that matters, like at all. None of that means anything to me. But what was we talking about? Oh, the last 3 games that Joel Embiid's finished, he's averaging 31. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
Mars, I don't think anybody.
And he still doesn't look right. So like we're
Okay,
ramping up.
Okay,
So,
he didn't look right last year in the playoffs against Philly, and he was averaging like 35. That's never been against the Knicks.
That's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do.
Right, he was averaging like 35. There's never been a question about Joel Embiid's game. Joel Embiid, for all intents and purposes, when he's available, when he's on the floor, he gets busy. Is he available? That's the $1 million question with him. That's it. So when you tell me,
he's
Joel
gonna be
Embiid's been on the
available.
floor for the
He's
last
gonna
4
be
games, he's averaging 29 and 12. That's who he is anyway. Can he stay
Hey,
healthy though? Is the question.
He gonna be available when it matters. I'm certain of it. This year
Hey,
he's gonna be
Ron,
available.
before we get to the next game, I just want to just remind Chill of something because I made a statement the other day, right? Well, not the other day, yesterday. I made a statement, and then I didn't really do much research on it. But I just had to go look at some numbers real quick. Now, Chill.
You look some numbers.
Let's get to the numbers.
Hell yeah. So Chill. Like I said, from 91 to 98, when Mitch was in sack.
Yep.
When Mitch was in sack for those years.
7 years.
Not only did he average, not only did he average 20, 22 and a half, 22, 23 and a half, 23, 26, and 25, 23, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He played every single game with us. He didn't miss one game for the Sacramento Kings. Not one.
Mm-hmm.
What was the conversation?
The conversation is if Mitch Richmond take Jordan away from Scottie Pippen and put Mitch Richmond on, they win 3 of those championships.
No, 4.
I'm gonna.
Hey, yo, Mark.
I'm gonna
Scotty and Mitch.
I'm gonna jump through the screen. I can't handle this. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Scotty and Mitch are winning 4 championships.
No, they not. Ox, stop.
All right. From
They're
91
winning
to
0.
98, from 91 to 98, when Scotty was winning championships with Jordan, him and Mitch would have won 4 in Sacramento.
Wait a minute, Ox. So where are we going, Ox? Are we taking Jordan off the Bulls or are we moving Scotty to Sacramento?
No, we're moving Scotty over there with Mitch.
Okay,
if you chill. If you
Scotty's on the Kings.
Wait, chill. No. If you do it that way, chill. They win 6, just like him and Jordan. If you put Mitch over there with Scotty and take Jordan off,
okay,
they might lose 9. They might lose in 97. Other than that, they win. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So we win it with Scottie Pippen. So we win it with Scottie Pippen. Who
matter of fact,
y'all know how I feel.
Chill, damn that, because Mitch didn't have a gambling problem. So they win 94 too. They lose 95, but they win 94. So
you think they beat the Rockets with Olajuwon?
Hell yeah.
Hell no. Are you crazy?
Hell yeah. They lose in 95. They
Oh
lose in
my
95, but they win in 94.
So they beating that Rockets team with Kenny Smith, right? The way Kenny Smith was playing, the way Otis Thorpe, all of those guys, and Olajuwon's matchup is going to be Olden Polynice. That's who got to deal with Olajuwon, right? That's who I'm dealing with. And Mitch Richmond.
Pippen was the most important player in the 90s. So wherever Pippen goes, championships follow. It's that simple.
You know why Dion agrees with you. You know why Dion.
I agree with you, Ox.
If we doing it that way, you bring Mitch over there to the Bulls, they don't miss a beat. Ladies
and gentlemen, I'm so sorry for this.
You're going to have what, Wayman Tisdale? And
all I'm saying is Scotty ain't need Jordan. You could tell it don't got to be Mitch. It could be Clyde. It could be Clyde or Mitch. Either one of them. You bring them over there, they don't miss a beat. Not a beat. They don't skip not one beat.
This is so nasty.
Wasn't Spuds Webb starting for you guys in the 90s?
Yes, Spud at the 1, Walt Williams, Mitch Richmond, Olden Polynice. So we're gonna take.
Relax. Mars, relax. But but we doing it.
And Walt Williams was nice as hell. Let's be clear about that.
Right,
Walt Williams was super nice.
We're gonna do it Chill's way though. We're gonna do it Chill's way. Bring Mitch to Chicago. Bring Mitch to the Windy.
That makes a lot more sense than saying they were 6 on the
we'll do it that. We'll do it. I went too far. But we'll reel it back in because just like me and you were talking about yesterday, Chill. I need to learn when to reel it in a little bit, so I'm gonna reel it in, and we're gonna take a step back. Bring Mitch to Chicago. They don't skip a beat. Pippen might have 7 rings. Because he don't got a gambling addiction. He don't got.
He'll actually get a couple of MVPs too. He'll get MVPs. He'll get some final MVPs. His career probably look a lot better actually if Mitch was over there. So
one of the main reasons why Scottie Pippen was as good as he was because he played off Jordan. One of the main reasons why Jordan was as good as he was on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball because he didn't have to do nearly as much, but he still did those things at an awesome rate because Scottie was there. So now I'm going to take Jordan's ability to score. I'm going to take Jordan's ability to distribute. I'm going to take Jordan as a defender. I'm going to take Jordan as a playmaker. I'm going to take that off the roster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add Mitch Richmond, who was a bucket getter. There's a reason why they called him the Rock, because he was tough as nails, no doubt about that. And he was a bucket getter. He can give you 22 to 25 on a Tuesday, no doubt. But the defender that Jordan was, he was like that because of Scottie Pippen. Are you telling me that Mitch Richmond is now going to be a Jordan-level defender? Are you telling me that he's going to be? Are you telling me that he's going to be a much better defender?
Defense is so hyped because of Scottie Pippen. You bring Mitch Richmond. Scottie can do the same thing for Mitch that you did for Jordan. Look, Mitch, I'm gonna make you look like the best defender in the world because I'm the best defender in the world. You'll just play off of me. And Mitch was a better shooter than Jay. We're gonna space the floor out a little more. We're gonna space the floor out a little more. Mitch for sure was a better shooter than Jay.
No, he was not. No, he was not. Jordan had a much better mid-range game. Jordan was a much better offensive player. Jordan was much better around the rim. Jordan was much better at the rim. Jordan was much better scoring overall. No question about it. In the mid-range, shooting the long. I mean, Mitch Richmond had a damn good long ball when we get later on, and Jordan enhanced his long ball, no doubt about that. But Mitch Richmond in that triangle offense, which, by the way, when he was in Sacramento, they gave him the ball. So now he's got to get adapted. He's got to get adapted to completely playing in that kind of offense. He wasn't playing in that kind of offense when he was playing with both Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. He wasn't playing in that kind of offense. He was playing in a fast tempo offense in the half court where you have to decipher and you got to get guys more involved. He saw that offense later on when he was with the Lakers, but he was already over in 2002.
Yeah, but Jay ain't see the triangle until Tex and Phil brought it to him. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. He go over there, they give him the triangle, same thing. I'm not saying Mitch is good. I'm not saying Mitch is better than Jordan.
That's essentially what you're telling me, Ox. You're telling me
I'm
take
saying
Jordan out. That's essentially what you're telling me.
Pippen had the ability to level up, but Jordan was in his way. Pippen level up a little more.
So then what happened when we saw Jordan gone? When we saw Jordan gone, Ox?
Scottie leveled up just like Scottie yesterday.
So did Scottie level up for everybody else? How come those guys didn't level up for him then? If that's the case, you're telling me that Scottie Pippen would have leveled up Mitch Richmond to the point where Mitch Richmond would have played at a Jordan level. Mitch Richmond would have played.
He don't got to play at a Jordan level.
Mitch Richmond. Yes, he does. In order to win six championships.
Because Scottie leveling up his game.
Okay, so Scottie's going to be now Jordan, is what you're telling me.
Nobody's going to be Jordan.
That's exactly what you're telling me. Take Scottie. So take Jordan off the crew. We have to replace that now. We're not just taking Jordan off the crew and we're replacing them.
They
with
talking
a good
about
player.
Did Scottie ever make it out of the second round without Jay? Did Jay ever make it out of the second round without Scottie?
Exactly. Yeah. No, Scottie definitely helped his players a lot more than Michael Jordan.
What type of questions you asking?
You guys are extremely nasty. Dion, you are enabling this. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the agenda.
MJ couldn't win without Scottie. So what are y'all saying in the chat?
Exactly.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the agenda. Is this a Sacramento agenda? Is this a knock Michael Jordan down agenda? Is it a boost Scottie or is it a boost Richmond?
We can't give credit to Scottie Pippen without all the MJ fans all in their feelings, bro. Scottie Pippen was that guy in the 90s. It's that simple, bro. He needs more credit than what he gets. He needs a lot more credit than what he gets.
And I won't argue. I think Scottie Pippen's a top 5 player in the 90s. I'm on record saying
right.
I
agree.
But to say that if you take Jordan off that crew and you replace Jordan with Mitch Richmond, they're winning just as many, if not more, championships. That's the same as when people say if you take Curry off that Golden State Warriors team and replace him with Dame Lillard, they winning just as many championships. No, they're not. That's not happening. And the reason why that's not happening.
I mean, the KD version, the KD Warriors. I mean, that's pretty fair.
They're two different players. They both play completely different. Jordan is, for all intents and purposes, because what Ox wants to do is Ox wants to talk about Scottie Pippen like Jordan wasn't an awesome defender. Like Jordan wasn't the best defender at his position. Like, see what I'm talking about? Like he was okay, but the fact that he ran with Scottie Pippen, that made him much better. Well, And
okay,
even if that's true, if that's the case, Mitch Richmond was an above average defender. I'll say he was an above average defender. So if he's running with Scottie Pippen, what does that make him? Does that make him an elite defender? Does that make him an all-league defender? I don't think that makes him that.
I don't know
On
about
top of that,
all-league and all
we
that.
still have to have guys who close games. We still have to have guys who consistently score buckets where we don't have lulls. We had that with Jordan. We had to have guys who are utility guys, like what Jordan was, who plugged in gaps where we needed a guy who was a distributor. We needed a guy who was a bucket getter. We needed to get a stop. We can't just have a guy who was a bucket getter, who was okay as a defender, or who was just good as a defender. When you're replacing Jordan with somebody like that, that means that Scottie Pippen has to be even better than what he already was. And we saw Scottie Pippen when Jordan wasn't there, and he was damn good. He was elite. I'm not going to argue that 100%. But to level up to where Jordan was, that's what it's going to take in order to win the NBA championship as many times as you say.
Well, chill. Let me say my original statement was 4. I think Mitch and Scottie went for sure. Now, after I thought about it, I said all the extras. We could keep that off the table, fine. But Mitch Richmond could do those things. He's not as good as Jordan, but you put him over there with Scottie, I think he gets better on the defensive end for sure. And then he could close games. Mitch was a bucket. Like I said already, he was a better shooter than Jordan as well. He could have spaced the floor out even more, making it even easier for Scottie. You had defenders, you had younger Jay, you had defenders taking steps back, clogging up the lane a little more. You can't do that to Mitch Richmond. Scottie got more cutting lanes. He could work out the mid-range even more. It opens up the game for everybody. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be Mitch. You bring Clyde over there, they winning every year.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and move on and get into this draft. Mars should be getting back up here pretty soon, but I need you guys to do me a favor and send me a draft order. It's going to be me, Ox, Dion, Chill, and Mars. So go ahead and send that order through, and I'm going to explain the draft, how we're going to do things. So let me start by putting this on the screen first. And obviously, these are different tiers, but if you look at it closely, you'll see that this is merely just ranking every team from first to last. So you have the Cleveland Cavaliers who are first, then you got the Thunder, Celtics. So this is basically just records from first to last. And I just put it in tiers just based on, I put it in tiers of 5s. So you got your top 5 teams. Those are essentially teams that have the best shots at making the finals as of right now, just record-wise. Then you got your second-tier teams. These are teams that could make a deep playoff run. You got your third-tier teams that should make the playoffs. You got your next tier. This is teams that might make the play-in. Then you got your next tier. These are teams that are likely to be lottery teams. And then you got your last tier, which is the Cooper Flag tier. All right, so this is just this right here. But essentially, fellas, what we are going to do is we're all going to draft 5 teams. And with those 5 teams, you have to build a team of 8 players. But you can only select them off of the 5 teams. Got it?
What?
So these are the 5 teams in the NBA, or the 30 teams in the NBA. We will all draft 5 teams, and then you have to build up a team of 8 players from those 5 teams.
And who has the best team? Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Mars, what he's saying is we all get to draft a team, right? And we get 5 teams. And of those 5 teams that we draft, I'm sure you're following me, that we have to build a team of those 5 teams. We have to build players from those 5 teams.
Okay.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is we'll just do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have their tier, so you'll be able to know who your teams are. And then we'll rock it from here. All right, I got the draft order. So this is how we going to rock. It is Mars, Chill, Ox, Ron, Dion.
Mm-hmm.
So I draft the team I want, the first team.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we doing Snake?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
When I wait. So when I draft a team, I could take multiple players from that team, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Shit, you could take all the players from that team if you want.
Okay.
That's
Can
what
I
I'm
have
gonna do.
the? Can I have the?
The limit is 2 players per team, though.
Wow.
2 players per team. Got it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that changed the formula a little bit. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can I have the? Can I have the Bucks, please?
I'll trade you, Mars.
Can we
I'll
actually
trade
do
you-
trades?
I'll trade you my first and 15. Actually, my third and 15.
Oh, this is disgusting.
If we're actually allowed to do trades, I mean,
We'll talk about it when the time comes.
Mm-hmm.
Chill.
The best franchise in the world, the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers.
Big Ox.
I'll take the Kings.
yeah, we knew that was.
I'm going to. Who do I want to take?
Mm-hmm. Ron, I don't understand why this is so difficult. What the hell? I mean, I know it's 2024, Ron, but the league been around for 79 years.
Wait, this is all time?
Yes.
No, it's not all time. Chill. This is current.
Oh my god! I was about to
No, but if this would have
This
been
is
all
current.
time,
Why you
Ron, that's
took
why I
the
picked the Lakers.
Nah, it's
You
current.
took the Lakers. Oh,
That's why I picked the Lakers.
I mean, but chill. You still got 2 good players on the Lakers,
But
but
I panicked. Oh my god!
I'm
I wondered why you took the Lakers, but I didn't want to say anything.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the Nuggets.
Rich Creamies.
Great pick. Great
This
pick.
all,
Great pick.
if this all time and I don't get the Timberwolves, I'll be pissed.
Who you rocking with, Dion?
I got back to back, so let me go ahead and get OKC,
Mm-hmm.
and then let me go ahead and get. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get Boston.
Okay.
Boston falling to practically the second round is crazy.
That's nuts, right?
It
But
says
you
a
took
lot
the
about that.
Lakers.
It says a lot about their talent.
Yeah, just they don't have that top end talent. I agree.
Yeah. Well,
Chili might need to do a trade though. So keep that in mind.
Dion cooking right now. I wish I was cooking right now.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna go ahead and clean up with the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, you heard.
Yeah, need him. Big Ox.
I want it.
This is rough.
Get Kawhi.
I was gonna ask, does Kawhi count?
Yeah, I mean,
I can really get Kawhi.
yeah.
That was gonna be my next pick.
No,
I'll
he's
pick the
hurt.
Suns.
No, he hasn't played yet. That's not. That's
That's
cool.
what I was going. If I could have got the Suns, I was going to take the Clippers.
Yeah,
and
we
skip Kawhi,
we
but-
could send a paramedic to go grab him.
It ain't gonna matter if you grab them. What difference do it make?
Give me Orlando, Ron.
Interesting.
I think
He getting Franz on the Kings. I see it. He getting Franz on the Kings. I see it.
I can slide through with Orlando, and hopefully y'all don't. Man, it's not gonna happen.
Chill. What you
this is-
thinking?
San Antonio.
Oh my God, I'm sick.
San Antonio. Yes, sir.
Damn, I wanted the Spurs.
That's chill. You're doing the same thing you did yesterday, and I'm not mad at you either. I'm just saying.
Damn, I wanted the Spurs. That's so crazy.
All right, Big Ox, how you rocking? Or I mean, Mars. How
Hold on,
you?
man.
Big Mars. My bad. Big Mars. How you rocking?
Shit, nobody got. Oh, never mind, Ron. You did get him. Okay, I'm tripping. I thought the Nuggets were still on.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You still got a couple good options though.
There's a lot of good options.
Great
Yeah, but
options.
all of my plans have died.
It's really a team that you really should be like. It
What,
shouldn't
the
even be.
Mavericks?
It's a no-brainer.
The
I'm
Mavericks?
not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. It's really a
I'll take-
no-brainer
I'll
though for
take-
you.
I'll take Dallas, but what I was trying to build is not here.
See, I wouldn't even. I mean, it's
Dallas
on you,
is
but
fire.
you get 2 teams though, Mars.
And then let me get. Let me get Philly.
Not mad at it.
Well, I know
Not mad
Chill
at it at
going
all.
up.
It's actually kind of heat. All right, Chill.
Yeah, I'll take Cleveland off your hands.
I know it.
That's
I
who you
knew
were
it.
supposed to get, Mars. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I didn't want anyone on the Cavs.
Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell with them. But hey, I mean,
Well, I don't want
you
them-
cleaned
I
up
don't want
though.
them.
You
All right,
cleaned
Ron,
up.
give me the Knicks, Ron.
Oh, he got an OG Anunoby on the Kings. Yes, sir.
I mean, since you guys are gonna force my hand, like Jokic always does need a backline defender or somebody to take care of them heavy tasks on defense, and he also needs somebody to do dribble handoffs with too. So, come on, Stephen Dre, let's do it.
He's building the dynasty Warriors with Jokic.
I mean, Jokic and D-Book, but Dion,
All right.
you got 2 picks.
So let me obviously go ahead and get the Timberwolves.
Okay.
That's like the most obvious one on the board right there.
SGA and Tatum, I like it. And
Rudy
Rudy.
Gobert. Yeah, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy and Chet. Okay.
Yeah,
let's
and
see,
then
let's see.
for my
Julius
last
Randle and
pick,
Chet.
man, it's just tough right here. There's a lot of great options left too, man. Let me go ahead and get the Clippers.
That's a great pick.
Ron, this ain't difficult.
So how do players that?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and grab the
100%
Miami
is.
Heat. Let me go ahead and get Jimmy and Bam right quick.
What you liking,
This
Ox?
team's a fun.
I don't need no more team.
You good? You straight with them?
Go get Carl Filipowski. Let's go get Carl Filipowski.
I'm not mad at that, Martin. You know I will. Because we can only get 2. That's right. 2 players from each team. That's right. Okay.
Yep.
You know what? Give me the Hawks.
Good pick.
I like that.
Sure.
I need
didn't
some
see
energy
that
on
coming
my
from you at all.
I need some energy on my crew. Give me them pups down in Houston.
Let me get the Grizzlies, please.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Mars. That's an amazing pick.
And then where do I want to go? Let me get the Bulls. Oh, that's my 5 teams? Ah, damn.
No doubt.
I've done it now. Okay.
So I got them pups down in Houston. I got my energy guys. I got my bucket getters. Let's see here.
I
got
really
my
want
lead
the
guard.
Spurs, man.
Let's see here. Ron, I'll take the Pacers.
Damn,
you aren't gonna leave the Pacers.
Give me New Orleans, Ron. Give me New Orleans.
Damn. Well, I should make Penn happy. I should make DSG Piccolo happy. But it's just something about Jordan Poole getting back with Steph Curry and Draymond keeping them in line where I'm like, I need that. Kate FC?
LaMelo FC?
Nah, give me Jordan Poole.
Yeah, that Wizards pick is a troll pick for sure.
And I'm gonna go with the Utah Jazz.
Okay. So do I get the first? Well, the pick of the players doesn't matter because.
All right. Well, before we do we about to switch over and do the players, but I can't wait to post this on Instagram and say these are the teams or who has the best division and see what's the reaction to Swiper's division with the Pistons, Nets, Blazers, Hornets, and the Raptors. Cool.
You make a team with those players. I think you got a solid team. If I'm being honest.
Can you
Scotty, LaMelo, and Cade?
You got Cade in there. You got LaMelo. You got Scotty Barnes. You gotta get some defenders from Portland. So you get Denny Avdija and Tumani Kamara. You got Donovan Clingan. Obviously, you gotta get Ben Simmons for sure.
You get a floor spacer in Grady Dick, sure.
Shaden Sharp for the athleticism. Like they got some pieces.
They'll be all right. They'll be cool.
RJ Barrett.
It's not better than everybody else's team, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's why they were the last 5 left. Cam Johnson, another floor spacer.
All right, y'all. Well, let's get into it. If you guys need to know your teams, I will let you know, or if you need to be reminded. But let's go ahead and draft. Mars is on you first. You have the Bucks, Mavs, Sixers, Grizzlies, and Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Giannis.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm.
I want him to know that he was taken first, so he's in good spirits.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Chill.
Wemby.
Solid little pick.
Big Ox.
Come on, Ron.
DeMontis.
Thank you, Mark. I'm going straight
Yep.
dominance.
All right. I will be taking Nikola Jokic.
Joker.
Decent.
Dion, you got 2 picks. Who you rocking with?
Go ahead and just get SGA and Tatum out the way.
I love your backcourt.
Who's the best player on your team, Dion?
SGA.
Does Tatum know that?
Yeah, he knows that. He knew Brown was better too. He's okay with it. Really good.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm going to back that up by just grabbing KD.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make this quick and easy. Ox, who you got next?
Franz.
Franz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chill.
Anthony Davis.
Oh my god. Wemby and AD.
It's crazy. Mars, who you rocking with?
Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis and Joel's insane too. All right, you got another pick, Mars.
Luca.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, chill.
James.
Next pick. LBJ. Big Ox. You got Sabonis and Franz.
I got Sabonis, Franz, and OG.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the makings of Ox's team. I'm a
It's a good pick, bro.
Nothing.
I still got
Okay,
5
nothing
picks
to
left, bro.
I'll take Steph.
Steph, KD, and Jokic. That defense is cooked.
Well. Hey, we'll manage.
Get them dudes out of here.
You're going to score 160, but that defense is cooked.
You're going to give up 161.
All right, Dion, how you rocking?
Mm-hmm.
You said we get 8 players, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for these 2, I'm gonna go ahead and get Rudy and Anthony Edwards.
So that's both his Timberwolves picks gone, right? Can't pick any more Timberwolves.
Yep.
Damn, no Randall.
I'm good on that. Stay over there, bro, for sure.
Stay over there, yo. You good over there?
Yeah.
Yo. I mean that.
Come on.
All right, let me go ahead and grab Bam Adebayo.
Bam, bam.
He think he's saving the defense. That's what he think. He think he's saving the defense.
Yeah, so Bam Adebayo.
Yep.
Ox, who you grabbing?
Just trying to fill out my starting lineup right now. Got DeMontis, Franz, OG, and the big bodega coming play that power forward position for me.
You're asking a lot of OG and Franz on defense, but
that's okay. My bench is full of defense, man.
fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Can't hear you, Ron.
Who'd you say you're taking?
Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. All right, chill. Who you rocking with?
Donovan Mitchell.
D. Mitch.
So
Mars, two
Lakers,
picks.
Spurs, Cleveland, Houston.
I'm trying to think how big my team can be realistically. Let me get Jaren Jackson.
Excuse me.
Jay.
Luka, Jaren Jackson, Giannis, Joel. The Bulls is my other team, right? Let me get Zach LaVine.
Who was my fifth team? I got the Lakers, I got the Spurs, I got the Rockets, I got Cleveland,
And the Pacers.
and I got the Pacers.
You don't want.
Yo,
You
and
don't
we
know
we gonna go 9 picks too.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I already gave up 2 with the Lakers.
Damn, bro. Well, that changes things.
There's nobody on the Spurs there's nobody else on the Spurs that I want.
Oh yeah, it's up. Good.
The Lakers, Houston, the Spurs, the Rockets, and Indiana. Let's see. Who do I want on that other point forward spot? Well, I already got my point forward in James. I got a bucket getter and a floor spacer in Donovan Mitchell. I got my box work, and I got my interior defense in both AD and Wemby, and I got my glass cleaners. So now I feel like I need some athleticism on the wing. I need some athleticism on the wing. Oh, one of the better transition players in the game. Give me Pascal Siakam.
Ron, so
He
I
said
can't get
athleticism.
one team that I get 3 from. I can't get 3 picks from one team.
Well, it's gonna have to be from somebody. Well, no.
Well, no, because we got
Oh,
5.
yeah,
we got
nah.
5.
Choose from each team, yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's called, Ron. That's called.
Mm-hmm.
If you trade me somebody, I might let you.
No, you straight.
All right.
Who you going with?
It's on me right now.
Who is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start going to the bench now. Let me start filling out my bench. Let me start with some elite defense. I mean, we already got OG on the wing with elite defense. Franz with elite defense. We're gonna go with Herb Jones with elite defense.
I know someone who gave him 34 not too long ago, but
Yeah, we got some.
Who?
We got some.
Who gave him 34, Mars?
I don't know, man. He might reside in Houston. I don't know. He might be playing that team again tonight. I don't know, man. He might wear number 4. I don't know. He just gave him 34, just light 34, casual, easy. He's gonna score like 12 tonight, but when you average
Since you
out,
brought
that's
that
still,
up,
when you average out, that's still 23. So you know that's what it is.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and grab Devin Booker.
Ron team is so crazy.
Nice.
He turned Bam into Draymond and turned Clay into Devin Booker. That's what he's turned Draymond into Bam and turned Clay into Devin Booker. That's what he's done.
So you got to do things.
It's back on me.
Yeah, it's on you, Dion.
All right. Let me get Lauren Marketing and then also Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Jaylen Brown might come off the bench. Might put him star lineup sometimes, but
Finals MVP off the bench.
6-man.
Must think Iguodala.
We got SGA and Tatum right there, so it's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, which one's the Finals MVP for Boston?
You're right. It's Jaylen Brown.
Let me go ahead and share this chat so you guys can see what's going on right now. This is what we currently looking at. We got Mars team with Giannis, Embiid, Luka, Triple J, and
We
Zach.
can't see it, Ron. We can't see it. There we go.
Now we can see it.
Mars team with Giannis, Embiid, Luka, Triple J, and Zach. We got Chill's team with Wemby, AD, Bron, D. Mitch, and Pascal Siakam. We got Ox with Sabonis, Franz, OG, Cat, and Herb Jones. We got Ron's team with Jokic, KD, Steph, Bam, and D-Book. And then we got Dion from Ohio's team, SGA, Tatum, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and Lauri Markkanen. And he also got Jaylen Brown too.
I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear that this is not. I want to be clear that this is not my starting lineup. I'm about to pick my starting point guard with my next pick. Herbert's coming off the bench.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Off the bench. Nah.
All right, well, I mentioned that I need Draymond Green, so let's go ahead and just get that out the way with Big Dre.
An enforcer.
Got to keep the refs on their toes. Big Ox, who you rocking with?
Well, Ron, just so there is no confusion, could you please put Herb in this spot? And then from my starting point guard, I want to go ahead and start Trae Young.
So put Trey right here, number 5?
Yeah.
Oh, so you really asking your wings to do a lot defensively. Okay.
Damn, Ox. So you think Trae Young's your best point guard option? I mean, I agree too.
I said he's my starting point guard. I didn't say he's my best point guard.
I agree too, but I just didn't think that
you don't agree because that's not what I said.
All right, chill. It's on you, chill.
My first rotation guy, I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley.
There's 3 guard options. It just depends on who I want to go with. I'm gonna take Kyrie. Oh, yeah, it's me again. Okay, so Dallas is off the board now.
Are getting tricky now.
Damn, I really don't like the Bucks.
Hold on, who is it between?
I need a wing.
You're gonna see Mufasa there, his mother, and then you'll see Nala, young Nala.
Paul George. There you go. Patrick Williams.
It's gonna have to be Paul George. Let me get Paul George. Oh man, I lost. I'm cooked. Oh, it's over for me, man. It's over for me. GG's. Oh. That's what I wanted, Melo Williams. That's what I wanted.
Who?
Matas.
All right, PG. Chill. Who you rocking with?
Well, James is my primary ball handler, and he is long in the tooth, so I need somebody to pick the pace up. So I'm going to take your man, Tyrese Halliburton.
Man, this draft ain't even fun, man. It's a bad draft.
Because you lose, and that's why, bro.
Yes, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Draft trash.
All right, Ox. Who you got?
Gonna get some more defense out here. And we're gonna go with Dyson Daniels.
Chill, if you don't draft one Rocket, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Don't worry, Moss. Do not worry. Don't you worry, Moss.
I can't wait to see who Chill gets off the Rockets.
I already
drafting Jabari. I already see it coming.
I'm in my war room and I already got the names on the board.
Okay.
Well, as of right now, I know where Jimmy Butler will be playing at this year. And that's the 7th man off my bench.
Nice. Not mad at that pick,
Iguodala with Jimmy Butler. I see what he's doing. He just building the Warriors. I see what he's doing.
Okay, Jimmy Buckets off the list.
All right, he said we're in a dynasty, and he's just trying to recreate him right now.
Facts. For me, man, go ahead and give me Chet, and then go ahead and give me Kawhi Leonard. Keep this train moving, right?
Woo. Dion team cooking right now.
Low key.
Man, Kawhi ain't played in 3 years.
That's why he my 8th man. It don't matter. Kawhi my 8th man. That's cool.
No, I'm just hating, bro. I'm hating. I'm hating.
I got the best bench buckets out of everybody's units.
You might got the best bench buckets.
Jordan Poole?
No, you don't.
I thought that was a joke, Ron.
Yeah, so did I. Okay.
We got playmaking and buckets off the bench. You know how he get with Steph Curry and Draymond.
See JD in the chat. You just said, Ox, why you not taking Paolo? Well, JD, to answer your question, I'm coming off the bench with straight demons. Give me Jonathan Isaac, Ron.
Crazy.
That's how Ox take the lead right there. That's how Ox take the lead. It's hard to beat that.
Well, I already got Evan Mobley coming off the bench in rotation. He can give me a bucket. I got Halliburton to pick the pace up. Well, I need somebody running with Halliburton, so I'm going to take Jabari Smith.
I told you to take the bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not bad pick right there. It's not bad.
I'm gonna get Chris Middleton. So I got Luka as my point. We gonna have
Not taking Dame is insane.
What do you want me to do? I got guards. What do you want me to do? I'm not taking another guard.
He got Kyrie and Luka.
Oh my god!
I got 2 guards. What do you want me to do?
You know how often what's his name will play Kyrie and then he'll play Quentin Grimes and Luka?
Lineup. I'm not running a 3-guard lineup.
I mean, Luka's technically a forward in a guard and a forward body.
And I got Luka as my primary ball handler. And therefore, Dame is someone who I picked between Kyrie and Dame. Who do I think is better without the ball? Kyrie. So that's why I drafted Kyrie, because I think he's better without the ball and I think he's better on defense. So that just made more sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So Dame just didn't make the cut. And then I needed Levine just because, once again, he's better off the ball and I needed more size, and Dame is 6'2". But now, so we got. I gotta take the GOAT. Let me get Lonzo. Lonzellis. Sorry, let me get Lonzellis.
Lonzellis.
Yeah, let me get Lonzellis.
Lonzellis.
Yeah. Thank you.
Last I checked, you ain't winning the NBA championship with a bunch of straight-laced, business-minded dudes. You need some edge on your crew. And where am I going to get some edge at with my crew? Give me Dylan Brooks. Yes, sir.
I thought it was taking Jason tape.
Give me Dylan Brooks. I need some edge on my crew. Yes, sir. I need somebody to shake things up. Yes, sir. Who also is going to give me great defense.
Luka stay frying Dylan Brooks. Frying.
Yeah. Luka frying everybody. Give me a break, Mars.
Nah, but he be frying Dylan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
No way.
You can't go.
No way. Because I'm looking and I'm seeing who's the 2 players that you still have left. All right. So you either have a player on the Kings or you can pick a player on the Pelicans.
Right.
He's not taking Keegan.
I mean, Zion's still here,
I'm not.
He's
I'm
taking
not
BI. He's not taking Keegan.
You can't go wrong with these Kentucky boys,
You could still get DeJounte.
Oh, he's taking Malik.
You can't go wrong with these Kentucky boys. I need some instant buckets.
He got Malik. Okay.
This might be the hardest thing I had to do. I love you, Foxy. Come on, Leak. Let's rock. Let's rock, Leak.
You know you don't like him. You know you don't like him.
Let's rock, Leak. Come on. Wait, Ron. Don't wait, Ron. Come on. I gotta take Darren.
Damn, you not gonna take Malik?
No, he ain't doing it.
That's a top.
I want Malik so bad.
He can't do it.
Why can't I just have 3?
That's why you asked for 3 from the same team. Oh, okay.
Ox wants the exotic dancer, but he got to get the wife because
I thought he wanted Josh Hart.
She gonna keep the house together.
Shit. I'll wife me up. Let me stop.
Oh, hey, but hold on though. Ox.
Oh, I want Leak so bad, Ron.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, man, give me Leak, man. Stop.
I was about to say, Ox, take Leak. You want him, so take him, Ox.
Go with your heart, man. Go with your
exotic dancer, Dub exotic dancer.
Take Leak.
I got you.
And for what it's worth, Ox, I done did that a couple times in my life. It didn't really work out all too bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up by grabbing Valanciunas, Goose. Nah, I'm gonna take another NBA champion, Michael Porter Jr. I'm gonna need somebody to come off the bench and spark threes with Jokic and all these other guys. Give me MPJ.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, my starting lineup, man, is outstanding. I feel like I got the best starting lineup here and also the best bench. But I'm really going to need a guy to come in there to really orchestrate my offense. You know, that's meaning hitting 3-point shots, you know, getting the offense involved, passing. This guy also was the best scorer from like 20, I would say 17, you know, to like 2020, around that area. Go ahead and give me my boy James Harden. He's going to be the solid piece, the last piece of this team that's going to really put him forward. You know, like SGA said, tell him shit. I can have James Harden come in and run my whole entire offense.
I hope you're aware he's damn near your best player, but it is what it is.
Who James? That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing. So
yeah, like
look, he started.
If you talk about prime,
Dion cooked. I'm not gonna lie, Dion cooked.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
feel me?
All right, Chad. I'm running a poll. Who has
leave
the
my
best
name off
team?
the poll? Leave my name off the poll.
So SGA at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Markkanen at the 4, Rudy at the 5. I like that 5. I do.
Yes, sir.
I do like that 5. And
if you're really locked in, you start Chat at the 4 instead of Markkanen, and you run Chat and Rudy. If you're really,
but y'all not even getting the ball past half court.
Why not?
Because I got OG, Franz, Herb Jones, Dyson Daniels, and Jonathan Isaac.
How you? So that's all. Well, you might run that when you want to go to a defensive lineup, but then when you got Sabonis and Cat and Trae Young.
Oh boy, now it's getting tricky.
That's the triangle of doom right there.
That's getting tricky.
Yeah, but who's guarding that though?
I didn't want to start caping for my team, so let me just start looking at
who's guarding that.
How they can guard it.
Well, my front, I just know that my front court.
This dude in the chat just said I ain't got no offense.
To the dude in the chat.
Now you go off it. I'm gonna be honest.
Like you gonna see Trae Young, Malik, Cat.
I probably got Ron's team as long as he starts giving like Jordan Poole DMPs. Like I probably got Ron's team, but I got like Dion's team second. I think.
Marsh, you don't know ball, Marsh.
Well, yeah. Have you seen my team?
I have the most two-way.
See what I built? I built a monstrosity. Like my team getting Creeper flag.
Man, I was stressed out that whole time to that last pick because I just didn't know what I was going to do. I can't believe I didn't pick Foxy.
Oh man, I'm mad as hell.
I'm hurt.
This is why I have to cheat to win drafts. Look what happens when I play it straight up.
All right, y'all. Well, we got some super chats, so let's go ahead and make this happen. It's been a good show, fellas. Shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you have liked the video, and also make sure you download the PrizePick app, where you can run your game, control your game, and ultimately win your game like we do up here on a daily basis. Also, when you play $5, you can get $50 back instantly in promo funds only when you use code PANEL. That's code PANEL. All right, let's get into it. The first super chat that I got that's lurking is from Flexed Up. Flexed Up said, Wemby isn't as skilled as the big men in the league yet. Due to his physical profile, he doesn't need to be as skilled to produce at a higher level than the more skilled big men in the league.
I agree, but I think he's the third most skilled center in the NBA.
Yeah, I disagree because of that.
Maybe fourth, depends on how you view Cat.
I think he was responding to what Chill was saying, though, how Joel Embiid is more skilled than Wemby. He's basically saying, like you said earlier, he doesn't have to be skilled to be a top player in the league. You know, his physical gifts is going to make him better without being as skilled as the other guys. So
Wemby won that poll, by the way. People think they voted for Wemby to be better than Joel. I think that's insane. I'm sorry, but like Wemby like that. But
what I do want to say though is when he sent through that super chat, it made me think of just how skilled the center position is. Like it's a lot of skill.
After all the hate, you're saying there's no bigs in the league. Now you're saying it's skilled.
Well, why is that though, Ron? I mean, think about where the game is today.
Anytime we bring out hey man, you're not going up against nobody at the center position. It's not the same level of competition in the center position.
I mean, it's not. It's different. It's different. I'm talking about like on the block. Obviously, it's different. But in terms of skilled, you know, bigs playing at the 3-point line, dribble handoffs, they coming downhill. When you factor that in, like you got your Sabonis's, Şengün's, you got even like a guy like iHeart playing out of those pick and rolls, getting the ball, floaters and stuff like that. We're talking about just skill, AD, mid-range, AD. You know, he'll put a couple dribble moves on you. He got block work. Like in terms of skill, being able to shoot, pass, dribble, like this is.
But you have to be like, that though, Ron.
Oh, Bam
like
too.
Because of
this is the best big man group since the 60s. We know that,
think
right?
Hell nah.
I'm not doing
It
that.
is. It is.
The 90s got it for me, but like
You all right?
this is the best.
Who?
This is the
Who
best.
in the 90s?
This is the best. This is the best the bigs have been for me in a while.
Nah, who's in the
Yo,
90s?
What I'm saying is this though, y'all. Real quick before we answer that question, though, Dion, I want to say Martin Gortat and Louis Scola cook these bigs right now.
Nah.
Gortat, are we serious?
Nah.
Yes, Gortat.
Luis Scola was tough. Monster Gortat.
You know what, Mars? I'm sick of Ox with these hot takes. I'm gonna tell you right now, France will bust Scola ass. France would bust Scola's. France, he'll bust Scola ass.
Oh, well, that's a
France
different.
France.
Bust his ass. You talking about cooking these bigs?
You talking about Franz Wagner?
That kid. That's right.
Mo Wagner will cook him too.
That kid.
Louis Scola.
That kid. That's right. That kid in Houston. What's that kid's name in Houston? The big kid, Mars. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He'll bust Scola ass.
Louis Scola giving Sangoon everything he want and more. What are y'all talking about? Louis Scola, it ain't no hot take. These young can't get with Louis Scola.
Singuna bust his ass. You crazy? I'm
talking about 36-year-old Louis Scola. I don't even talk about young.
I'm talking about 25-year-old. I'm talking about 25-year-old Scola. Singuna bust his ass. Yes, he would.
Y'all don't know, boy.
These big men these days in this version, they're better.
Scola doing these dudes dirty.
No, he ain't. No, he is not. Dirty. Sabonis will bust his ass.
Only Hakeem has an argument in the 90s to be with these other big men that's right now. That's it. That's it.
Thank you, PC.
Yeah, I'm not going to entertain what Dion said. We don't have enough time. So I'm just okay, Dion.
Just ignore it, but you know I'm speaking facts. These are the best big men.
Sengun over Al Jefferson. Are you telling me you got Sengun over Al Jefferson, too?
I think Sengun will bust Al Jefferson ass.
And what is Al Jefferson doing to him?
I think Sengun will bust Al Jefferson.
But what is Al Jefferson doing to him?
Okay, Al Jefferson is great on the box. I ain't gonna argue that. He was a bucket.
You just got to sit on the right hand. We'll be all right.
That's it. What you doing that right hand? That weak hand is something else. That weak hand is garbage. With
Al Jefferson clears Sengun.
But he'll bust Al
cool,
Jefferson.
but then when we start sitting on that right hand,
Al Jefferson clears Sengun, all right?
Okay.
Hell no.
I just want to make sure we know this.
It's a conversation.
Nostalgia gonna be the death for you guys if you think Al Jefferson better than Sengun. I'm sorry.
For real.
All right, so I really kind of lost track of you supposed to be reading super chats because that was a good conversation, and I wish we could keep going.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pick this back up tomorrow. And Dion, next time you're up here, I got to hear why the 60s in today clear everything up.
It's a simple explanation, but again, you said you gotta go.
You would have been able to get into it. Ox just triggered chill, so that just went to a whole different thing.
I got places to be.
Right. We'll wait for next time.
Jamal Williams said, "Dub praise Kyrie. I could cry. Been 25 on nearly 50, 40, 90 for like 5 years, and the Heat need to get an elite pick and roll playmaker next to Bam and Tyler after Jimmy is gone. It was a good 5 years."
So like a Fred VanVleet type.
No, like a Fred VanVleet, Mars, because you've been wanting to dump him like this chick that cheated on you. You definitely been over him. What's the deal with Fred VanVleet, Mark?
We don't have time to get into the deal. Just know he sucked. That's what we know.
Imagine Sengun trying to score on the net. He pushing that little boy off the block. Get up out of here with that.
The name was tough. I was actually watching an old Nuggets game not too long ago. Yeah, he was tough.
Fint Jones said, "Ox, can y'all dive into the rosters on the Bulls versus Kings thing in the near future? And I want Chill and Penn there to have coronaries the whole time."
Heart attack, Ron.
Damn, so we have to revisit that Mitch Richmond conversation too.
Yeah. That was a good conversation.
We got a lot of things. Yeah, we got a lot of things to get into tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. Look at what Ted Lou said. Mehmet Okur, forget about it. Y'all better stop with this. Talk about the golden days of the bigs. Are y'all crazy?
It is. Since the 60s, 1,000%.
Yeah, but
1,000. Jokic, Joel Embiid, these guys are their numbers, the way they produce on the floor. We haven't seen it since the 60s with Will Chamberlain, guys. We haven't seen it.
He was shooting the 3 in the 2000s. Though, so like,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like he and Rashid, like that kind of different. Because
I'm already on record saying it. I think Joker would have busted Alonzo more than ass. I'm on record saying that.
That's crazy.
I think he would bust Alonzo more than ass.
Look, in today's NBA, Brad Miller would thrive in today's NBA.
All right, I'm out. All right, Ron. It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go.
Hey, everybody don't want to hear the truth.
It's almost
Everybody don't
time
want
to
to hear
bounce,
the truth.
right?
I'm just saying,
Come on,
we
Ron.
haven't seen the league get run by the
Yeah,
big
Ron,
man
I
a
got
very
2
long
minutes,
time.
Ron.
Come on,
I
we
got
gotta
2 minutes before I'm
we gotta
start.
All right, man. Y'all go vote on that poll so
Yeah,
you
we
guys
gotta-
can let me know really what's the best era of bigs. But Classic said, why do people say that Jordan's defense is overrated? Jordan is arguably the greatest off-ball defender of all time.
Jordan
No,
was a great
he's
player.
not. Stop overrating Jordan. He's not. No, he's not.
I
He's
think he
not.
would lose that argument very
Tired of
badly.
hearing that, bro.
I think he would lose that argument very badly.
He was a great
Yeah, bro, he's
off-ball
not,
defender.
bro.
though. He was.
He was great. He was
I'm-
great, but he
he was a
wasn't
great
the
off-ball
best
defender.
of all time. You would lose
No,
that
because
argument.
you got guys like Stockton and you got great off-ball defenders.
Yeah,
So
you know that argument.
MP13 said, is there an epidemic of calf strains this year, or is it just me? I feel like it's hit 10 plus different people already this year.
Could it be the shoes that these guys are wearing?
I have no idea what causes calf strain. I know Aaron Gordon and Luka both got one last night.
Mhm.
Like, if I had to guess, I would just say like the game is so fast, and like I said, you're covering so much ground. Like, I think lower body injuries are gonna just start piling up. Like, I think that's a byproduct of it. But I don't know what's actually causing. That's just a prediction, and I'm not a health specialist. So clearly, I'm not a health specialist, but yeah.
Toonami said, was LeBron right? Does the NBA now own Christmas?
We always
NBA
have.
always own Christmas. NFL, get out of here.
Damn. Beat it, Roger Goodell. KG Sands said, glazed Wemby for over 15 minutes and didn't address the Knicks once.
Yes,
So
he
many
did.
shows shitting on Mikal, but he has an amazing game and only Mars addresses it.
This was sent before Ox addressed that, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Just Rome became a YouTube member. Big shout out to Just Rome. LaFlame sent through a super chat. He said, Embiid was out there acting like he won a ring. F Philly. Bum ass city. C's going back to back. I hope we see them in the first round. Damn.
No, you don't. You don't hope that. That's a healthy Joel in the first round. 1,600,000,000.
Super Me Up said, Mars, I drafted Jalen Green on my fantasy, and he's doing trash. Got some explaining to do.
Sounds like you got CTE for drafting. That ain't my problem. I ain't told you to do that.
Damn. All right, Takeoff 2410 became a YouTube member. Like the profile picture. Shout out to Takeoff. Emperor Beast Kato said, Chill dislikes Danny Ainge only because he knows they are just alike.
No, we're not. No, we are not.
Tyrone Winston has been a member for 20 months. He said, KD said Jokic a top 10 player all time.
He said arguably.
So he removed himself, right, to put Jokic right there. So
Of course.
as long as KD agrees with it, we are good.
There's a lot of things that KD said in the last 24 hours that I want to talk about tomorrow. A lot of things he said. He's been cooking on Twitter.
Well, if he said it, it must be true.
Green
Same
became a
thing as
YouTube
PG.
member. So shout out to Green and shout out to all the Green super chats as well. Carlos Hernandez said, as a Mavs fan, I don't want Jimmy Butler. Bro, this squad is good as it is.
I think if you can give up Maxi Kleber and Clay, and you don't give up like the main PJ Washingtons, Najee Marshall, I think it makes sense if you can do it for that. Anything more, I think you probably reach it.
Xavier said, Ox trying to sabotage the Mavs to push his Luka hate.
That's crazy.
Oh, man. Avery B said, y'all really started with Jimmy over the games? Shaking my head.
Aaron.
Dub Jimmy.
Hell, Ron. We never got to get into the Andrew Wiggins. Why are you still trying to slide your feet instead of
Yeah, we never even spoke about the Lakers game.
We didn't.
And thankfully, we didn't speak about the Suns Nuggets game, but like, Aaron.
Masinko said, shout out Kareem Rush. F Jimmy, we need De'Aaron.
Who was we?
Houston.
Houston?
Oh.
Okay.
Fred VanVleet.
Marcus FRM626 said, still think it was a weak ass Christmas slate?
No, I don't, Marcus. We talked about that last night on playback. I took that back quick.
Those
Speaking of
games.
playback,
I still
we're gonna
would
be on
have liked to see
Playback
the, I
Friday.
still would have liked to see the Bucks and Thunder on Christmas, but Maybe
would like to
even
see Bucks
them
and
instead
Nuggets.
of the Suns Nuggets game. No disrespect to the
Giannis
Suns.
definitely needed to be on yesterday,
But
even if he wasn't playing
Bucks
against
Thunder
Joe.
would've been cool. Yeah, Bucks Thunder
Yeah.
would've been cool.
Oh, he said no. We is Miami. Okay, I was Miami. De'Aaron in South Beach. That'd be dope.
Kareem NYK 2001 said, "We crowning a nigga before he performs in the playoffs now."
Who we
Calling
talking
someone
about?
top 10 is crowning him. I don't know. Yeah,
Right,
maybe
Wemby.
that's something I do
we
on the
talking
regular.
about
I knew
Wemby?
Shea was top 10 before last season. So yeah, I guess I am.
And I remember we
But
had
then
that conversation.
I guess he would argue that, oh well, Shea was in the bubble in the playoffs, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
But
would
yeah.
still
Is that-
like to see him in the playoffs though.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to see him in the playoffs, and I actually think offensively, like he might struggle a little bit in the playoffs because of like
Mm.
the frailty and stuff. And when teams put the
But
wings
top
on him,
10
like,
players struggling. in the
even
playoffs.
last, we didn't get to talk about it. Even last night to close the game, they ended up putting OG on him, and he didn't score. He didn't score for like.
He was at a gas though, Mars. I think.
Yeah, but like I still think that's a concern. I've seen teams do that, put the strong, stocky wings on him, and he struggles. So like he's still flawed. I just think me acknowledging those flaws, he's still top 10.
That makes sense though, Mars. You know, OG locking that shit. So.
Yeah, OG when I seen him guard Embiid last year.
Ox, your man Rex became a YouTube member today. You remember your man Rex? You remember, you remember your man Rex?
Nah, bro, I don't know Rex, bro.
All right, shout out to Rex, man. Appreciate you for sending an empty super chat. Hey, Ox, what was Rex's last
bro,
name?
just go on, bro. Go on, bro. Go on. Go on.
All right, y'all. MP13 said someone needs to beat Paul George's ass. He's so sorry.
That's not
He should
necessary.
become a full-time podcaster. That's all he needs to do. He needs to get rid of basketball.
Violence is not the answer, man.
Sometimes it is, Ox. Sometimes it is. You already told me about Deuce. Deuce need his ass whooped.
Deuce bad as hell.
So hold on. So Paul George need his ass whooped the same way Deuce, like with a belt?
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
Damn. Mavs, Clay, Kyrie. Said, damn, no Luka in there, just Mavs, Clay, Kyrie. All right. He said, tough day for the young GOAT. In Kyrie, we trust.
Shout out to Clay for passing Reggie Miller.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did do that.
I think he's fifth full time now. Shout out to Clay.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened last night. I mean, we spoke about Jimmy Butler.
And
That happened.
Luis Scola.
Yeah, but that was
Kareem
good. That was-
NYK 2001 just sent through empty super chat, but I'm assuming it was something regarding hate towards one of these guys up here. I won't say no names. We could just all put two and two together. And then Culture Bandit sent the last super chat of the day. He said, imagine the action Ron's team can do. Easy 300 points.
Easily.
Unless they playing us, we locking that shit.
All right, y'all. We are about to catch you tomorrow. We'll have a full show. And also tomorrow, fellas, I regret to inform you, we will be ranking the top 75 players in the NBA tomorrow.
In the
So I hope
league
you guys are
currently?
ready. What?
In the league
In
currently.
the league currently?
Yeah.
75 of them?
You
I don't even know
remember
75 players in the NBA.
Oh, well.
Man, I only watched the top 10. I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. Pin and Swipe will be here to help you casuals.
Oh,
not
we
be
got the
casuals.
VORP. We got the VORP. Don't worry. We got the VORP.
We're never
the
gonna
ball.
get to 7. We're never gonna get through that, Ron. We have
Yeah,
to
we're never
start
gonna
at
get
the very
through that.
beginning.
We're never gonna get
Later.
through it. I'd love to see us try, but
All right, y'all.
Later, chill. Yeah, have a good one, bro.
Later.
All right,